Audio test. Ooh. All right. Test. Audio test.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty and the ever so familiar alongside.
Hey, how you doing?
Immediately here is joined in the broadcast booth once again by longtime partner Adam Hefty. So glad to be out here at the ballpark. We got football on the air tonight. We had volleyball last night. Braham taking on East Central. Braham winning that one 3-1. We're going to follow that up with another Braham game. We have Braham football as they play host to the Northwoods squad out of Cook County, the Northwoods Grizzlies. We're going to get you set for pregame and tonight's matchup when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP. 100.9. FM 100.9 WCMP. A little bit of technical difficulties getting the ads to play here out at the ballpark, trying to get some ads play. Want to thank a lot of our ads for jumping on, a lot of our advertisers, Realist Manufacturing, Berry Law Office, and Braham Monument. Just some of many of the sponsors jumping on and being able to help us out. And we really want to thank them for being able to jump on board and be able to help us out. We're also going to hear at halftime, we're going to hear from Catholic United Financial jumping on a faith-directed, not-for-profit company. We'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get closer to halftime. And Adam, should be a fun matchup tonight. It was a big win last year by the Braham Bombers over the top of Northwoods, but we'll see if Northwoods. It's a different team. It's a different year. And it's a crazy year for everybody.
Yeah, it's not just a different year. It's a different year. 2020, I think we all can agree that it's been a doozy.
Yes.
I think the word doozy was invented for years like this.
There's a solid possibility that you're right accurate on that one, and it's definitely been an interesting year and something that we've kind of tried to be able to adjust with and roll with the punches, essentially. That's what I've heard from everybody that I've talked to, athletic directors, coaches, friends, family, everything. It's, it is what it is, so we're just going to have to, handle it and go forward. And so that's something that everybody's been kind of their mantra with this.
Absolutely. I think you just have to sort of make a plan, expecting the unexpected. So what's going to happen if this happens? What's going to happen if this happens? And that's sort of...
And then what happens if everything breaks?
Yeah, and as of right now, that's our best course of action for just about everything.
We're going to continue our pregame on the WCMP, and we spoke a little bit with Coach Kunke a couple of days ago, just as a little bit of a pregame interview to kind of get his thoughts. Coach Kunke, not only the head coach for the varsity football squad, but does a little bit with the school, just a little bit. Doesn't do much. He's not real involved. He only runs, basically everything. Yeah. So we spoke with him about his take on some of that, and we'll get a chance to chat with him when we return on the pregame here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
For all of their support. It's it's a crazy time that we live in, but it definitely takes a village for things to go. So, and that's what we got going here. So
I actually want to second that. I just got through with parents student conference or teacher student conferences or parent teacher conference. There we go. Words is hard. And all of them were very, very supportive and very helpful and very I can't think of the word, but you're able to get a hold of them very, very easily, and they're very willing to discuss problems and try to figure out solutions. So yes, I want to thank you and all of your teachers as well. That it's you guys have made it even just a little bit easier. It's incredible. Good. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I'll spread that word on as well, but I appreciate those kind words, and you're right. Our staff is quite amazing. I really appreciate them too.
Sean, I did see that Braham is now transitioning to the Model 3. For those of us that maybe don't have kids and aren't really sure, take me through what exactly that means. You hear all of the different phrases of, what is going on, but what does this mean for Braham?
Yeah, great question, Andy. And I'm going to take this into two different parts. First of all, just the hybrid model in general. And then second, I'll touch on what the hybrid model 3 means. So first of all, the hybrid model means that we have some students who are in school all of the time, and we have some students who are in school only part of the time. And for right now, what our hybrid model means is all students in grades K through 7 are coming to school on a daily basis. They're here Monday through Friday. Beginning of the school day to the end of the school day. And so for those students, it's like a normal schooling to this point, with the exceptions of all of the COVID-related protocols and procedures that we do have in the school. That's what looks differently. Our high school students, or I should say grades 8 through 12, they only come to school 1 day per week. And it's kind of broken down into different days. For example, the 8th grade comes to school on Tuesdays. The 9th grade comes to school on Wednesdays. Sophomores on Thursdays, and then juniors and seniors on Fridays. So that's kind of the breakdown that we've got going on right now. That's our hybrid model. When those 8th through 12th grade students aren't in school, they are doing essentially a distance learning. They still have the opportunity to connect with our teachers. They do Google Meets, kind of like we're doing right now, guys, doing this interview. So our teachers are ready and available when they're not in class instructing. They're right in front of their computers and able to meet with our students if they have any questions. So that's kind of a real quick summary, real quick run through of our hybrid model. Now, Andy, you touched base on the fact that we're starting hybrid model 3 on Monday. The only difference with hybrid model 3 as to what we're doing right now is the fact that now our elementary has to do a social distance as well. And what that means is our schedules had to adjust to accommodate to the spacing out of our elementary. So our school day is going to end a half hour early. Our school day will end at 2:30. There's a lot of things that go into that. But to just kind of summarize, school ends at 2:30. After school activities begin at 2:45. And that's really the only adjustment compared to what we're doing right now.
Okay, it's good information. It's like you said, it changes by the minute, and being flexible and being able to just kind of roll with it has been, I'm sure, key.
Exactly, that is the key, and we talk about that all the time. Just being flexible and making the best of whatever situation we're dealt, and that's what we're doing.
I think a lot of the smartest people in the world are having trouble with this. So maybe when we're all done with this, I think every organization is going to be like, okay, what are we going to do when this happens again? Because it seemed like everybody was caught flat-footed because nobody thought this was going to happen. It was way out of our realm of even possibility. So I think a lot of places are going to be like, okay, I know it's unlikely, but what's going to happen? What are we going to do when this happens again? What's the best course of action?
No question, Adam. No question. And along with that comes the balding hair that's in here, and whatever hair I do have left is turning gray. It's all part of it. But we supportive community, supportive families, great kids, and a great staff makes the transitions easier. But you're right, just being flexible, that's the key.
We're going to continue on the pregame here in just a bit. We're going to talk a little bit of some actual football and get to the sports side of things here when we return on the pregame on WCMP.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get Pork Economy Bundle for just $1.49 per pound. Get 3 bags of Macintosh apples, 2 for $5. 5-pound bags of Best Choice Gold potatoes are 2 for $5. And in the deli, get 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 thighs, and 2 legs for just $6.99. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in the press box, and so glad you could join us here out at the ballpark as we're trying to bring you the ball game to Braham Bombers and the Grizzlies as we get set for tonight's matchup between the Braham Bombers, Northwoods Grizzlies, and Adam, 0-0. That's good. That's what we're looking at. Neither team has any type of record right now. We're not looking at any type of advantage for one team or the other. It's just, it's the first game of the year.
Yep, and especially in high school football, high school sports in general, you don't really know what team is showing up, especially in week one, much less throughout the season. But it's a completely different season, completely different teams.
Last year, Braham finished 9-2, 6-1 in conference. Northwoods finishing 3-6. 3-4 in conference play. Braham did win the matchup last year between these two squads, 52-8. That was in Cook, up in the kind of the Arrowhead, up Northwoods, north
up
of
there,
Duluth.
up north.
Yeah, that's definitely north of the Moosehorn, as Ty Longren would say. So we're going to get our kickoff going here in just a moment. We'll be back for a little bit more pregame here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
I'm Steve Schwartzbar, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of all the local teams on WCMP. Call me, Steve Schwartzbar, at 763-552-1100 for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty getting set for tonight's matchup. Braham Bombers playing host to the Northwoods Grizzlies, and Adam, we're about ready to get a kickoff for a season that we didn't think was going to happen.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I've been looking forward to it over the past couple weeks once we got the schedule out. It's good to be out here, and it feels like a week one, doesn't it?
It definitely feels like a week one. We had volleyball last night, and there was kinks everywhere. We had a few kinks tonight, and trying to get everything working all in the same direction. Volleyball, it seemed like the first game or two, both teams are kind of getting their feet wet just a little bit. I think that East Central is going to be much improved over the last couple of years. They were winless last year. They'll finish about 500 this year. There's a pretty solid squad. And taking a look at the Braham Bombers volleyball team, they're pretty good as well. Braham's going to receive the kick here to start this ball game. Kicking it for Northwoods is going to be Jake Pinici from left to right here on our radio dial or on the screen. If you're watching at home, we'll try to track this all the way for you. Pinici's going to approach the ball. Got a pair of Bombers back deep to receive. And it's going to be a little squib kick right through the middle, picked up by the Bombers at about the 35-yard line and out to about the 40.
They're going to put it at the 41-yard line.
It's going to be Luke Gould on the return on that one for the Bombers. 41-yard line is where they will start here, just underway. First quarter between Braham and Northwoods. Braham quarterback is going to be number 14, Hayden Lee, taking over.
He started the he was a starting quarterback last year as well, so a second-year starter here for Lee.
Braham likes to run a spread offense. They're going to go 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Is going to be young Mr. Leaf. Lee takes a snap. He's going to hand off going right. Is going to be Shockman. Shockman's going to get a little bit off of right guard, that B gap. Appears to be about a 7-yard gain. Bring up second down, and the Braham Bombers, they do like to put the ball in the air, but they mostly like the fact when you use that spread offense, it gets the defense put out there. You allow these speedy running backs and everybody to be able to make a move, make one guy miss.
Absolutely. They like to use the entire field.
Snap comes. Handoff's going to go on the near side. That's going to be Clifford. Clifford's going to work his way off left side. That'll be a first down for the Braham Bombers, their first of the game, pickup of about 5.
So it looks like, as of right now, they're going to be a running back by committee to replace Luke Bendixson from last year as he graduated.
First down for the Bombers, coached by Sean Kunke. Grizzlies coached by Joel Anderson. On the far side of the field, and you notice one thing about the far side of the field is it's a little bit warm, but they are spread out nicely. They are still distancing out here as well, which is all something we're getting used to. Hayden Lee takes the snap. Looked like a busted play, but it's going to work out pretty good. He's going to be close to a first down. I think he's got one. Pick up about 11, and it looked like there was nothing going in the backfield. Like he went to hand it off to somebody that wasn't there, and he just went ahead and took it through the hole that he thought was going to be there.
I think you could chalk that up to his experience from last year where he, even when things broke down, he had the poise to take it down and run.
So it'll be another first down for the Bombers. They have the ball nose up to about the 37-yard line, moving from right to left towards the end zone here in beautiful downtown Braham. Although I don't know what downtown or uptown, what the difference really is.
Might be it might be downtown.
Handoff's going to go off the right side. That one's going to be 21 Carson Shockman on the pickup. Appears to pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, minimal gain there.
But you got 4 downs to work with, right?
Yes. Especially
I don't know what kind of kicking game Graham has.
Here in East Central Minnesota, it hasn't been strong, I suppose.
Lee sets up once again in the shotgun. Pair of backs next to him. 2 wide receivers right. Harnuff's going to go to the far side. Out into the space is going to be Shockman. Shockman's got a lot of room to roam, but he got tripped up at the last second. A really nice open field play on the far side of the field, who I believe that was at Zach Cheney. They got a little, basically a shoestring. He saved the first down, but I think that he saved more than that.
Yeah, certainly. Shockman had a lot of room there. It's that option offense that they've been running so far.
It's not quite the bunch offense that Moose Lake Willow River tends to run, but nonetheless, just as brutal to try to defend.
Yeah, if you're going to make the defense guess, it's really tough on them.
Shotgun snap once again. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right, and we got a little bit of motion up front. We'll see if anybody on the Braham line twitched or if it's going to be on Northwoods. It is going to be on Northwoods. That'll be a first down and 5 more yards, down to 12:09 to play here. First quarter of action between the Braham Bombers and Northwoods Grizzlies.
So they're marching out 5 yards. Bombers on the 22-yard line, so they're driving. This drive started at their own 41-yard line.
Ball working towards the goal line for the Braham Bombers, trying to be able to put points on the board on their first drive. Shotgun snap once again for Lee. Hands off, going off left side, and a little bit of running room for Clifford, but that's going to be some tough running between the tackles right there.
Absolutely, but it was a good run there for he found 7 yards somehow.
Solid run by Clifford.
It was a long drive for the Bombers for their opening drive of the season.
This will be their 7th play of the drive. Facing second down and 3. Lee once again in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out, 2 to the right. Shotgun snap comes back. Fakes the handoff, then hands off on Shockman going off the right side. He looked momentarily for his other back, but went with Shockman.
First and goal here for the Bombers at the 9-yard line.
Pick up about 6.
So this upcoming play will be their 8th of the drive.
Leal set up once again in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off. It's going to be number 6, Clifford, taking that one right up the middle. And it seems like so far that Clifford has been kind of the between the tackles, and Shockman is more, he'll hit that hole but then bounces it outside with his speed, at least so far.
So 8 plays, 8 runs.
Ball appears to be the back of the nose on the 5. We'll mark it to the 4. 2nd down and goal. Again, Clifford and Shockman in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split left, 1 to the right of Lee. Takes a shotgun snap. Seeing the center pull on that one. It's going to be Clifford. Gets to the outside, but he can't move upfield. Nice open field tackle. Again, Cheney in on the play. And if he gets that corner, he's in.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoelace tackle there.
See what the Braham Bombers come out with here now on 3rd down and goal. And again, assumedly 4 downs, but nonetheless, we'll see what they come up with here, and we get a whistle out on the field.
Might be enough.
I had mentioned before 9:51, but that was based on a
Andy's a liar.
15-minute quarter instead of a 12-minute quarter. So get the clock reset and then get the back to the play. Still no score between the Braham Bombers and the Northwoods Grizzlies.
No.
Grizzlies have a little bit less on their sideline. Don't have quite as much coming down this direction, but nonetheless, still a pretty good turnout. And one of the things that we've run into a little bit is they are kind of working on making sure that the clock gets all set. One of the things that they've tried to work on a little bit throughout the course of the fall season, you've had a handful of players that, because football wasn't happening or because volleyball wasn't happening, decided to go out for other sports, potentially cross country or things of that nature. And it's been something that they've had to try to adjust to. Shotgun snap once again for Lee. Shockman's going to bounce to the outside, cuts it up towards the goal line. I think he's going to be just a little bit short.
So it's going to be 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Chabadi on the stop. Braham 4th and goal. This is a huge moment in the game. It's a first drive. We got under 6.5 to play in the first quarter, but at the same time, long extended drive, a lot of plays, all on the ground. If Northwoods can get a stop here, that'd be a huge momentum shift for them. But Braham obviously wants the points.
Oh, absolutely. Now, which one would you go to? Keeper, Shockman, Clifford?
I think that all of them are pretty good options. Maybe you put it in the air for the first pass. Really throw them off here.
Wild card.
Lee hands off the left side, and Clifford punches that one in for the touchdown.
So a 12-play, 61-yard drive on that one.
Great drive by the Braham Bombers, putting points on the board. They'll go for 2. See what they do with this play as they split out 2 to the far side. Single wide receiver over to the near side is going to be Jordan Leaf. Shotgun snap set for Lee. Lee hands off. Clifford was going to get it once more on the right-hand side. Gets close to the end zone.
And he got in there.
The pile moved forward just enough, and is able to push that one in, and that'll be an 8-0 lead for the Braham Bombers right out of the gate here on WCMP. We'll come back with more first quarter action on FM 100.9 WCMP.
And welcome back here on the pregame. Joined once again Sean Kunke, head football coach. We talk some administrative stuff, and Sean, we'll get right into it. We talked about how flexible and how much you've had to adjust with the administrative side. What is it?
Morris Chevrolet Buick knows that good people can hit rough patches, especially right now. That shouldn't keep you from getting into the vehicle you want. Morris Chevrolet Buick is here to help. They have financing options available for all levels of credit. So if you need a new vehicle but haven't been able to get financed elsewhere, head over to Morris Chevrolet Buick today. They can work with your less than perfect credit score to help get you into the vehicle you need. You get more at Morris Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty. And Adam, solid drive right down the field and ends up in points.
Yeah, big bruising drive by the Bombers, taking half the first quarter off the scoreboard and getting 8 points out of it. It's a big deal.
Going to be a kick coming down the far side of the field. It's going to bounce away, at least initially, away from Ciabatti. Able to pick it up. The Northwoods Grizzlies will still maintain possession, but almost lost there for a second.
Yeah, and you don't want to start that way. Start your first drive of the season with a fumble, but their starting field position, not as good as Braham's, but you can work with the 22-yard line.
Definitely can work with the 22-yard line as it's an 8-0 start for the Braham Bombers. We work through the first quarter of action here on FM 100.9 WCMP. So glad you could join us out here on the broadcast. And, of course, I want to thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board. Definitely helping us out for all of these games. 5:42 to go here, first quarter of action. Now the first opportunity on offense for Ciabatti and the Northwoods Grizzlies. Looked like they're going to go with an I formation. Two wide receivers split out to the near side. First ball is going to be a pass. It's going to be Ciabatti on the near side, complete from Fabish. It's going to be a nice completed pass, and that's a good start if you're a Northwoods fan on a solid pass for about 7 yards.
Show it. Ciabatti showing that he's comfortable back there in the pocket. And normally when you see a passing offense, it's going to be in the spread formation, but they're in an I formation here.
That's what kind of threw me off a little bit. It's an I power back formation. They got the fullback up. Man in motion comes in just a little bit. Fabish takes the snap. It's going to be TJ Ciabatti.
And he's going to get caught in the backfield.
Nowhere to go there as he's bottled up by Austin Sterling. Lose a couple yards. So we've seen a pass and we've seen a run, and Fabish looked pretty good being able to throw that ball, but, do they go back to the air with the speed of the secondary for the Braham Bombers? Two wide receivers split near side, one to the left side, I formation behind Fabish. Fabish takes the snap, fakes a handoff, rolls to his right, throws off into the flat. It's going to be caught but out of bounds by Jared Ciabatti. Got a hand on it, made a nice one-handed grab to be able to bring that in, but the time that it took for him to be able to reach up and actually be able to haul it all the way in ended up resulting in an incomplete pass out of bounds. It'll be fourth down.
So I would imagine Northwoods is punting, but we'll see what they show.
Have to check and see what they have for a kicker. Maybe they can, I don't know if they can put 3 on the board from here.
Sebastian Janikowski from way downtown.
It's altogether possible. Seen crazier things. They do have a man back to be able to kick. Appears it's going to be Zach Cheney to kick. Yerke back to receive. It's going to be a low line drive kick. Almost hit his own man. It'll roll across the 45 and out at about the 46. So Braham, really good field position to be able to start their second drive of the quarter at 4:08 to play here in quarter number 1. And Adam, we've seen one drive for each, and even though the drive for Northwood stalled out, it didn't look terrible. It didn't look bad. It looked like they might be able to move the ball a little bit, but Braham still is able to stop them.
Yeah, I think Northwoods, you could feel comfortable that they might be able to attack the outside, That pass on the outside went well. That second pass there that was incomplete was just a little bit over the head of the receiver, but he was open.
Definitely open, and he still was able to haul it in, but just out of bounds. Braham goes back on offense now. Lee's going to be back in that shotgun spread formation once again. 2 wide receivers, 1 goes in motion. Shotgun snap, they fake the handoff, and it's going to go to Clifford up the middle.
Oh, he's still going.
Stop was right at the line of scrimmage, but a little bit more push. He's able to pick up a hard 3 yards.
Yeah, getting 3 yards out of that. I thought he was going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, so getting 3 yards out of it is pretty a successful play. What I'll be interested to see is with all the running plays that they've had so far, will that open up the pass play where they shock them with a play action or something?
I think we've seen that in games gone by where you end up doing that. You only throw 1 or 2 passes in a half, but it ends up being for big gainers because they're just not ready for it. Clifford takes that one, but he ends up running into his own man. Longren was in the area trying to finish off a block and just ended up resulted in almost tackling his own guy.
So backing up about 5 yards on that play.
Lost basically that and a little bit more than what he had from first down. So now we got 3rd down and 11. We'll see if maybe they put the ball in the air this time. See what they decide to do. Bombers come out from the huddle. Split 2 each side. Single setback is going to be Shockman in the backfield with Lee. Shotgun snap. Lee back to pass. Rushes on. Looks like it's kind of a little bit of a screen pass, but it was floated out there a little bit to Shockman, and it slipped off of his fingertips, and he got smoked for his effort. Ball goes incomplete. Ends up being now 4th down. See if Braham plays field position or if they just get set to be able to try to go for it. It appears that they're going to get set to be able to kick this one. Braham's going to be punting now here on 4th down and 11. Shotgun snap comes back, and the boot sent by Clifford.
That's
going to be a great punt. Back it'll come, taken by Chiabatti. Chiabatti runs left. He's wrapped up there, and he's going to be down inside the 20 at about the 16-yard line. Good coverage, but a really good kick. Good high kick and good deep kick.
Oh, absolutely. It went about 40 yards on the fly. And I think Chiabatti made a mistake by letting it bounce first because that gave the the kickoff team a chance to recover and get back for the tackle. Otherwise, he would have had a lot of room to return that.
He had to wait for the ball to be able to come down to him before he was able to do anything with it.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line for the Grizzlies.
8-0 is the score. Braham Bombers lead it over the top of the Northwoods Grizzlies out of Cook. 2:27 to go here, first quarter. Fabish hands off. It's going to be Chiabatti off right side. He's tackled, but he's tackled going forward. Longren is able to get the tackle on that one, but good run there by TJ Chiabatti, trying to push his way through and then tackling forward.
Yep. There is some laundry on the field, though, so we'll see what this is.
It's not mine.
Holding on Northwoods.
It's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies. We'll see where the spot was. Spot appears to be about where the line of scrimmage is, so we'll see. I think it's just going to be 1st and 20.
It should be from the spot of the foul, so if you go from the spot of the foul, it's at the line of scrimmage.
So they're gonna put it at the original line of scrimmage, so they're going to go back half the distance from there.
So it'd be about the, it appears to be about the 8-yard line is where they're going to have it. So it works to be roughly about an 8 or 9-yard penalty is what it ends up being. So not quite the full 10, but nonetheless, it's going to be 1st down and long now for Northwoods.
After that really good run there by Northwoods.
Fabish, and now we get a whistle, and it appears that they jumped a little bit early.
So now that's going to back them up even further.
False start on the offense gives another, not really 5 yards, but we'll move it back just a little bit further.
They're going to put him at about the 4.5.
Wait for him to spot it here. It's going to be on the offense. Mark it off.
This is a dangerous spot for Northwoods because Braham has been able to get penetration through the line of scrimmage.
And this is where you almost feel like, even though they've been able to get good penetration, you almost feel like Kunke's going to start to bring one or two extra guys beyond what they normally would, just to try to maybe be able to get yourself a safety, get some additional points on the board, be able to shut this down right away, not let them chip away at the 18 yards. Just go ahead and it's kind of like taking a shot when you get a turnover. Just go ahead and really push after it.
Northwoods only with one receiver right now, and
Northwoods jumps again. And this is the first game of the season for both squads, but at the same time, in talking a little bit with the coaching staff, there was kind of a discussion of, what? We've been able to practice for a little while. They've been able to get outside and they've been able to do stuff. That one's going to be on Braham. I thought initially it was on Northwoods, but Braham jumps that one.
So it's going to be first and about 17. Ball at the...
Still first in quite a ways. We'll see if Braham dials anything up on this one, as it is outside the 5 at about the 7-yard line. Fabish takes the snap. He's going to hand off going up the middle. Not a lot going there, as Braham has quite the stout offense and defensive line. They have some solid defensive linemen to be able to clog up that middle and not allow much to happen there.
So about a 1-yard gain from that.
After all that, I can finally write a stat on my sheet. There's an actual play run. Second down and 16. Two wide receivers split out near side out of the huddle. Fabish up to the line, sends one out to his left. Chiabatti's going to be the deep man. That'll be TJ Chiabatti. There's a pair of them, Jared and TJ. Back to pass for Fabish. He's going to keep it himself. Runs upfield. Slips one tackle. Trying to get to the outside, and he's going to lose the football. It's going to be picked up by one of those defensive linemen and into the end zone for a touchdown. Looks like it's going to be Mankey hauling that one in there.
So Clifford forced the fumble. Mankey picked it up when it brought it in for a scoop and score.
Mankey picks it up, puts it into the end zone. It was a nice move initially by Fabish to be able to get through that defensive line, and really Clifford is one of the only guys that he had to beat at that point, but he just could not get the edge. Clifford was so quick, and as he's bringing him down, gets that arm in there and punches that out. Minute 24 to go here. It's 14-0. Braham looking to be able to put 2 more points on the board. Lee sets up in the shotgun. He's got nobody back there with him. Got 3 to the right. They're going to run an extra tight end who's going to try to sneak out, flip to the end zone, and that'll be just a 2-point failed conversion. It'll be 14-0 in favor of the Braham Bombers. We'll be back for the Braham Kickoff when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Want to thank all of our sponsors jumping on board for all of our different games that we're going to be bringing to you over the course of the next handful of weeks. It was kind of a last-second jump for all of the teams, last-second jump for us, and the sponsors have really come through.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank each and every one of them for their support, letting us get out here and call the games for you.
14-0 is our score. Minute 24 to go here in the first quarter. And we've seen a couple of decent-looking plays from Northwoods, but that defense for Braham is smothering. That defensive line is incredible for those Braham Bombers.
Especially the interior. Those defensive tackles have been incredible here in the early going. Northwood's success has all come from the outside, or able to get to the outside at some point. So that I think they're going to have to avoid the inside of that line, because the Bomber defensive line has been great so far here in the first quarter.
Bombers will tee it up to be able to kick one more time. Quick update score from the rest of the WCMP network is going to be Pine City and Two Harbors. Pine City leading that one 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Just a little bit ahead of us at this point. Going to be picked up by Jared Chiabatti, worked over to the left side, flipped up in the air. I think the ball might be out. People diving on the ground. Ball's at about the 36-yard line, waiting for a reaction from an official. And Braham's got another one. If only we could get some excitement out of Coach Conkey.
Yeah, Conkey, how about you show some emotion?
He's such a mild-mannered gentleman that doesn't have much going on. As he's jumping up and down, he's like a little kid.
And for those who don't know this Braham football program or Coach Conkey, it's a positive sort of emotion.
Yes, yes. He's genuinely as excited as you could be for something happening good for his kids, which is really the key for everything for him and the entire program. Minute 14 to go here, first quarter of action, 14-0. Braham's going to get the ball for the third time as they get now the ball on a turnover. It'll be up to about the 36-yard line. They were unable to score with great field position last time. This one's going to be Clifford once again off the left side, left guard, and he's going to be brought down by Chiabatti. Pickup of about 5. Second down and 5 here coming for the Braham Bombers. Looked pretty good on offense. They did stall out on that previous possession, but that had a little bit more to do with some other stuff going on.
So now it's going to be a second and about 5 here, with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. The Bombers have had the ball for just about most of it. Scientifically, I would say a lot.
You know, if we were to be getting into specifics, I didn't want to, have specifics, but if we're going to use phrases like that, I suppose we probably have to. Clock ticks now, down under 45 seconds to go. Lee in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split each side. Back to pass, throws it deep over the middle of the field. It's going to be picked off in the secondary. It's going to be taken by Olin Nelson. Nelson works his way back one way, comes back this direction, and he's going to be brought down at about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be a turnover for each squad now on back-to-back plays. And that one, kind of a jump ball that I think that Lee thought his man was going to go up for, just lost position on it.
Yeah, either that or he underthrew his receiver, maybe waited a little bit too long to get it out there. So it's going to be first and 10 from the 15-yard line, from the Northwoods 15-yard line.
32 seconds left to play, first quarter. 14-0 is the lead for the Braham Bombers. They just got a turnover on the kickoff, and now they threw an interception, so turnover on each squad. Fabish under center, single wide receiver split out to the left. Handoff's going to go to Chiabatti, bumps it to the outside and the near side. He's going to be close to a first down into the Braham secondary up to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 15 by Chiabatti. Big run there by TJ Chiabatti, and that's something that Northwoods is going to have to be able to stay with this game. You've seen him try to run in the middle. Even with the fullback, it's not happening.
No, though that run was successful. It got out to the outside. They had a bunch formation here on the end of the line, here on the near side, gave the opportunity for the blocks to get him out there.
Grizzlies come to the line, single wide receiver split far side, double tight end, extra slot receiver on this near side in a tight end formation. Fumble on the play. They tried to go with the up back, but it looked like Fabish is going to pick it up. He tried to hand that one off to his fullback. I believe that was number 32, Olin Nelson, who ended up having that interception, and kind of a bullet dodged, so to speak, on that play, being able to get that ball back.
Yeah, you don't want 3 turnovers in the first quarter, so it was a big play for him to just even fall on the ball.
End of the first quarter, 14-0 in favor of the Braham Bombers. We'll be back with the second quarter of play when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Procrastination, the art of putting off today what we can do tomorrow. But when it comes to your retirement, time is money. Now is the time to get the help you need with retirement planning, probate avoidance, wealth transfer, tax issues, guaranteed income, and so much more. Todd Schoberg at Schoberg & Holmstrom Financial Services in Mora has over 25 years as a safe money advisor and retirement planner. For more information, go to schobergholmstrom.com. Stop procrastinating and start planning for the retirement you deserve.
What does that skidoo feeling sound like? Yeah, it sounds a little something like that. And now you can get that skidoo feeling during our Yellow Tag event on now. Visit Caswell Cycle in Mora and online at caswellcycle.com and get up to $1,500 off select 2020 Summit 850 E-Tech models. Offer ends October 31st, 2020. Restrictions apply. Customer offers based on credit worthiness. See dealer for details.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health is the leading provider of healthcare in East Central Minnesota, offering services to Mora, Pine City, Hinckley, and the surrounding communities. We have the always welcoming care you've come to expect close to home, with cutting-edge technology and multitude of specialty services.
Braham Ford is celebrating over 84 years of friendly hometown service and sales of F-Series trucks. It's ties like that have made the Ford F-Series America's #1 brand of truck for over 40 years. And when it comes to safety, the truck that leads the pack is the high-strength, military-grade aluminum body Ford F-150. This season, bring over 40 years of tradition to your next tailgate party. Find your next Ford at Braham Ford or online at brahamford.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom back on hand here in Braham alongside Adam Hefty as we get our first play out of the timeout. It's going to be an incomplete pass, but I believe we got some more of that yellow stuff on the field. It's not going to be dandelion. It's not going to be dander. Although I don't know if dander's yellow. Either way, something happened. It's not good. Ball's going to go the other direction. Instead of second and long, the Grizzlies are going to be the benefactor of a pass interference penalty.
So it looks like it's going to be a first down. Is that an automatic first down in
I believe
high school?
so.
I don't think so.
No?
I just think that because if you needed 16, I think it's just 15.
So it'll be a first down just across the 40-yard line, about to the 41, not quite up to midfield. Fabish will hand off once again up the middle to Chiabatti. Chiabatti's going to get across the 45 to about the 46. He'll pick up about 5 yards on first down.
So now 5 runs so far for 17 yards.
Chiabatti's basically held the bulk of the rushing attack. They did attempt one handoff to the up man, but that resulted in a fumble, so that one did not necessarily count for many yards at all. The up man is going to be Jake Panici. Fabish under center. Deep man again, Chiabatti. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off. He's going to follow Panici over to the far side. Nice spin move by Chiabatti. Gets into the secondary. He's going to be brought down, but not before a first down pickup of about 8 yards. Looks to be about the 46-yard line.
Good spin move there at the line of scrimmage to get out of a tackle.
had that the Y button.
Yeah.
Just went ahead and
circle.
Whoop!
Yeah, I think it's a circle button. Come on, Baxter.
Well, you know, I never played much video games when I was growing up. You would think looking at me that I had a lot of video game playing, but it's not true. First down and 10 now at the 46-yard line. Left to right as we go, as we switched ends here at the quarter break. Fabish under center. I formation behind him. He's going to hand it to the up man. Pianici's going to get a couple of yards.
Big gang tackle
Pianici, that line moved a little bit. We talked about the defensive line for the Braham Bombers, but this second quarter, it seems like the offensive line is doing a little bit extra work for the Northwoods Grizzlies. They're starting to see that line of scrimmage move a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been able to get the run going, at least here in the second quarter.
We have an injured player down for the Braham Bombers. While he's down and being attended to out on the field, we will step away. 10:27 to go. 14-0 is the score for the Braham Bombers. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
At Town & Country Insurance, we recognize the value of teamwork and believe that hard work pays off both in sports and in life. We wish all the athletes competing this season good luck and encourage you to put your all into practice today to achieve victory tomorrow. Trust in teamwork. Trust in tomorrow. Contact Town & Country Insurance, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at towncountry-ins.com today for all your insurance needs. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Alex Longren is the player, and it appeared, you hate to speculate on injuries necessarily, but he seemed to walk off under his own power. It looked like it was kind of cramping is what it looked like. It's still kind of a warm day out, for being able to play football.
Well, that was part of why it feels like week one, where, it was pushing 80 today.
Beautiful fall day.
Yeah.
In mid-October.
Tomorrow it's going to snow, I'm sure of it.
You shut your mouth. You're out of the press box. That's it. You're done. Second down and 7 now for Northwoods, and now a timeout for Northwoods. We just had an injury timeout, and now Northwoods comes out of the huddle not quite prepared for what they were attempting to do, and timeout on the field for Northwoods. And again, it's early season. It's the first game. You're just kind of getting things going, but you hate to see that happen so quickly on something like that. And some miscommunication, whether it's a substitution or whatever it is, that's a tough timeout to have to take.
Absolutely. It seems like neither team is playing very clean here in the first half with turnovers and penalties. So it'll be interesting to see what the rest of the game has in store.
Do have a turnover on each squad. Northwoods has put it on the ground a couple of times. Interception thrown by Braham, but Northwoods has put it on the ground a couple of times. I think. Oh no, have they lost 2 fumbles?
They've lost two fumbles,
so 2 turnovers. I thought it was just one apiece, but 2 turnovers.
Yeah, and then another fumble that they got back.
So that's kind of lends to a little bit of sloppiness. We did have some false starts, some penalties of that nature as well. So, it's a first game of the year, and it's going to get better. It's going to, continue to improve. I think that's something that any coach should tell you, but it's a unique year going into the first game of the season.
So we're getting ready to get going.
Second down and 7 once again. Fabish under center. Fakes the handoff. He's going to be complete over to the far side. Cheney's going to pick it up. He's going to get a first down inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. And a first down for Northwoods.
So about an 18-yard pass play there for the Grizzlies.
That's a 27-yard line.
That's a big pass play. It was a little bit of a play action. I don't know how much of a bite that the linebackers had on it, but nonetheless it worked. Handoff's going to go with Chiabatti off the right side. Chiabatti getting the corner. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. They'll stop the clock, but looks like it's going to be another first down for Northwoods.
Lead on the stop, but that's good for another first down.
So that's going to be about a 13-yard gain. I mean, Northwoods has the size to compete here, so...
Be another first down and 10, 9:42 to play here. First quarter. Chiabatti is going to get a space on this near side. Chiabatti's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown from about 14 yards out. And that was definitely a matter of once he got that corner, there was nobody that was going to be able to stop him. And he just pounded his way right to the edge and beat everybody to the corner.
Yeah, and he got to the outside, and Braham just wasn't able to catch up.
8-play drive. Finishes with a touchdown. See what they do now. They split 2 wide receivers to the left. Single setback is going to be Chiabatti. Fabish fakes the handoff. Rolls right. Throws to the end zone. And it's caught. I thought it was knocked away. I seen something bounce, but I think it was just the pylon that bounced. And it's going to be caught by Zach Cheney for the touchdown. And what a result for the Northwoods Grizzlies being able to essentially get back in this game with just one score. Now 14-8. One score will tie it, let alone any type of point after.
Yeah, an 8-play, 64-yard drive there for the Grizzlies. And I think more than anything, they sort of showed that they were able to move the ball. Up until that drive, they weren't able to get it past their side of the field. So being able to get into the end zone on that drive, I think, is pretty important.
And remember, they were assisted by a couple of penalties on that possession. They started at their own 15-yard line after the interception, but a couple of penalties and a couple of solid runs, they're able to cover quite a bit of yards to be able to get that into the end zone. 9:35 to go here, first half of action. And I'm sure that the Braham defensive coaches staff is going to have a little discussion about being able to keep contain on that outside.
Yeah, you got to keep them inside the tackle box if you can.
Northwood's going to have it teed up, ready to go for the kickoff. As they approach the ball and kick it deep. It's going to be a low rolling ball. Picked up by Lee. He's going to work his way over to the near side, and he's bottled up almost right away. Had an opportunity for a second, but Cole Thiel blew his way right through a block and is able to trip him up. And Lee unable to keep his footing. Looked like he had a little bit of room to run, but just couldn't get past that first block or first tackler. 9.5 to play. First half. 14-8 is our score. Braham now comes to the ball, looking to try to be able to answer for what the Northwoods Grizzlies did on that last possession. Clifford's going to get the ball off left side, trying to push his way through.
Just shy of the 30-yard line.
So, second down and 8 as they get just 2 yards on the play. And, this might be a blessing for the Braham Bombers. They've had good field position in their last 2 drives, punt, interception. Their one long drive where they started at their own 41 resulted in a touchdown. They ended up with another one that was a touchdown, another long drive. We'll see if they can be able to put together a little bit of a longer drive than this one here as Clifford works off the left side once again across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Another 2.5-yard gain. So that'll leave you at pretty close to 3rd and long here. I think this is a really important play for the Braham Bombers because their defense has been struggling in that last drive that they were out on the field. So it'd be good to get a couple first downs here.
3rd down and 5 as the clock winds now down under 8:20 to play here. First half of action. 14-8 is the Braham lead, albeit a little bit tenuous after the solid drive put together by the Northwoods Grizzlies. Shotgun snap. He's going to hand the ball off, come over to the near side, and falling forward close to the 35-yard line, but short of the first down. Thiel got the stop. I believe that was Shockman trying to be able to get through there, and I don't know that they got back. I thought they got a little bit on that one, but I don't think they got back to the line of scrimmage.
They barely got a couple, but.
So it'll bring up now a 4th down for the Bombers. They set up in punt formation. Now, the last punt that we had was a booming one by Clifford. Sets in, booms one out. That's going to get across the 50. He's going to bounce it about the 45-yard line. Going to be picked up on the near side by Chiabatti. Chiabatti, a little bit of running room across the 50 to the 45, and it'll be tackled, falling down ahead to about the 43-yard line, and that'll be by far the best position the Northwoods Grizzlies have had on the field so far tonight.
So Northwoods has a chance to tie and then take the lead here on this drive if they're able to punch it in.
Taking a look at our other scores around the area. 4:37 to go in the second. Two Harbors has come back after trailing 7-0. Two Harbors leading 14-7 over the top of Pine City. The other game we have on the WCMP network tonight. Going to be a packed schedule for us over the next handful of weeks. We got 2-3 games going almost every night.
It's great to see.
It's a lot of fun for us, and I hope that you're able to join us for all of the games. Going to be picked up by Chiabatti into the secondary, and again, a big hole off the right side, and the pile falling forward. It's going to be a pickup of 11. And right now, a little bit of a surprise, even though it's 14-8 lead for the Braham Bombers, the Northwoods Grizzlies lead in rushing.
Yeah, they lead in total yards, actually. It's 91 to 64 in total yards. That's what I have.
See, I had it 96 to 58.
Oof. Well, I'm leaving then. I can't handle this guy.
Yep. It's a tough day. It's a tough gig. Tough gig. 6:50 to play here. First half of action. Snap by Fabish. He's going to hand it to the up man right up the middle. Pinichi with that one. Shockman bottles him up. He's wrapped up by 2-3 different Bombers and dropped down. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7. Still, nonetheless, a quick wrap-up and tackle, but forward progress for Northwoods.
Yeah.
After we talked about the vaunted defensive line for Braham.
Yeah, 3-yard gain there. So they're able to get a push there at the line of scrimmage. Halfway through the through the second quarter.
Single wide receiver splits wide out to the near side. Fabish under center. I formation behind him. He's got a slot back to his right. Pitch is going to go to Chiabatti, trying to get the edge. Gets past one man, dives forward, runs his way through another guy.
It's going to be close to another first down.
Lee makes a tackle. We'll see if he was able to stop him short. It appears to be a 3rd down. Needed 7, got 6. It's going to be just a little bit short. So 3rd and short now for the Northwoods Grizzlies.
It's going to be 4 down territory here at this point.
Grizzlies come to the line. A single wide receiver out to the right side this time. Tight end and a slot back to the left. I formation behind. Handoff's going to go Chiabatti off right side, and he gets into that linebacker level. Just enough of a hole for him to be able to get through. And nobody's filling that gap on that far side.
And all of a sudden he had 6 yards on that run.
And it'll be a 1st down once again for the Northwoods Grizzlies.
First quarter was owned by the Bombers. The second quarter has been owned by the Grizzlies as they're looking to take the lead here.
Very much so. Braham Bombers have had one solid drive. The second drive was working with a short field. Pass over to the far side. Fabish completes that one off into the flat, and it's going to be a 1st down for Olin Nelson. He's going to be right at about the sticks. I think he's got the 1st down. Yep, it's going to be about a 10-yard pass for a 1st down.
That's going to be good for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And Fabish has looked good being able to throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, he had a couple defenders in his face as the Bombers were blitzing on that play.
3 of 5 on the night from through the air. We'll see if Northwoods can put a little bit more pressure here on the Bombers going into halftime. 4.5 to play, first half, 14-8 Bombers lead. Grizzlies threatening. Under center is Fabish. Handoff's going to go to Chiabatti, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage on that one.
They're on big tackle there by Shockman.
Going to be a big loss on that one. If for no other reason, just to be able to get negative yards on that one. 4:07 to play, and Northwood's going to take themselves a timeout on the field. We'll be back here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, Dave. Just thought I'd call and check in.
Thanks, we're all doing well.
Hey, I noticed that Connecticut truck in your driveway. Finally took my advice and got your water fixed, huh?
Oh, man, I wish I'd have done it sooner. We had Aquarius Home Services install a Connecticut whole home water treatment system.
No more bad smell when you turn on the faucet?
Nope.
And rust stains and white scale buildup on your fixtures all gone?
They look like new.
And you're loving the drinking water?
Yeah, Mike, we're worry-free with drinking water right from the tap. And no, we won't buy bottled water anymore.
You know, Connecticut is the world's most efficient. It uses zero electricity and...
It uses less salt. Mike, we already installed it. You don't need to keep selling me on it. But we do owe you a thanks for recommending it. It definitely made life easier.
Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, is taking extra precautions to help ensure your safety. For worry-free water, visit ConnecticutMN.com to schedule your free in-home water analysis and learn how you can save 25% on a new Connecticut water treatment system. That's ConnecticutMN.com. Aquarius in Connecticut. Brilliantly simple.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty. And Adam, I knew we had one, but we got ourselves a ball game going tonight. This is definitely something that's, been, I don't want to say a little surprising, but it's definitely something that we have that I don't want to say we were surprised, but looking at last year's score was a solid victory by the Braham Bombers over the top of Northwoods, 52-8, and we got ourselves. We're looking a tie ball game in the face here.
Yeah, Northwoods has been very athletic and they're big. They're big and athletic, and that's a problem.
Fabish fakes the handoff. He's going to be back to pass. Looking off into the flat over to the far side. It's going to be complete. I believe that's Jared Chiabatti. And I think we got a flag that came in. Couldn't really tell. Nope, no flag on that one.
So about a 4-yard gain on that pass play. So it'll be 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. I would imagine it's 4-down territory, so this is where the Bombers need to dig deep.
And his primary receiver was Chiabatti off in the flat, but if you seen Eric Ani, who was the wide receiver out there, he had his slant pattern going over the middle. Everybody followed Chiabatti to the flat. He was wide open in the middle of the field. 2 wide receivers split right. Fabish under center. Directing where he needs to go. Chiabatti puts him under the right center. Handoff's going to go towards the goal line. It's going to be a touchdown for T.J. Chiabatti, running that one in from 7 yards out. And a 43-yard drive results in a touchdown. 8 plays. And that's a solid drive if you're Northwoods Grizzlies.
Absolutely. Here with a chance to take the lead with just over 3 minutes left. The Bombers haven't really had shown the way of scoring quickly, so we'll see if they're able to get some points on the board.
Snap goes now. Fabish back to pass. Fires over to the far side, and it's going to be caught. He had 2 wide receivers in the area. It's going to be hauled down by Zach Cheney, and it's going to be a 16-14 lead for the Northwoods Grizzlies. And I don't know. We're not going to call it a shocker yet, but it definitely a surprising position that we're in at this point in time. And I'm sure that Coach Kunke is going to be able to have a little bit of adjustment to have some conversations with coordinators, with players, and try to be able to fix what's going on here. And I think right now, for me, you can get your take as well, but I think that they just need to be able to fill the gaps that are happening. That they have that middle clogged up. They started running outside, and there just was nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to stay disciplined. Also, it seems like Northwoods is out physical them.
They have more physicality?
That's the adjective. Where's an English teacher when we need one?
If only we could find one. 16-14, Northwoods leads here. 3:11 to go here in the half.
So a score on this drive would be monumental for the Bombers, especially knowing that Northwoods will get the ball at the start of the second half as well.
Trying to be able to answer a couple of scores as well as being able to run a 2-minute drill. We'll see what the Braham Bombers have in store as the Grizzlies kick this one down. It's going to be kind of an onside kick, and it's going to be smothered. I'm pretty sure that Johnson got there. Jonah Johnson smothered on top of that one quickly, but that one sat dangerously out there for a second.
Kind of squirted underneath Johnson's right arm.
It almost did it Atlanta Falcons on that one. It just kind of sat out there. Everybody kind of held their collective breath.
I think it's a little surprising even knowing coming into this game, but also how it started as well. It seemed like the Bombers had control there in the first quarter, and it's a little surprising that Northwoods was able to take the momentum back.
Bombers will start at their own 45-yard line. Man in motion is going to be Clifford. He's going to get the pitch on the way through. Works his way out to the far side. Tries to beat one man. Dives his way towards midfield. He's going to get across midfield to about the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 6 on the play.
I think that was a very smart play there by Clifford. Instead of attacking the defender head-on, he kind of went underneath him and maybe even gained another yard or two.
The only thing that they're working on right now is the fact that they have a clock to work against, 2:44 and counting, as they are not getting the play in very quickly and kind of getting it set. They still have all 3 timeouts. 2.5 to play as the clock continues to roll. Pair of wide receivers split each side. Shockman in the backfield with Lee. Man goes in motion, going to fake the handoff. Lee's going to keep it himself, works his way off left side. He's going to get nothing as he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a half a yard, but that'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard on that play, making it a 3rd and medium here with 2 minutes left. And it's a weird spot for Coach Kunke to be in. Do you call a timeout now to save yourself some time off offense? But if you don't make it, you save them some time as well.
You're basically giving opportunity for Northwoods on this one. Shotgun snap set once again. 2 wide receivers split each side. Lee's going to roll out to the near side. He's going to be chased by a whole host of Grizzlies. That one's going to be incomplete, intended for Clifford. It was double-teamed, bracketed on each side by Ani and Cheney. Ball knocked down. It'll be incomplete and a 4th down up and coming. And again, another question. We got 98 seconds. Do you kick it or do you try to go for it and be able to run the clock out if nothing else?
I think you kick it, give them a long field to work with at this point.
Play the strategery. It looks like they're going to be set to kick as Clifford will be set to kick. Going deep is going to be Chiabatti. Snap comes back. Clifford bobbles it. He gets it back, but he has no time to be able to kick that one away.
That is a decent kick.
Bounces at the 20, right into the hands of Chiabatti. Works his way over to the far side. Runs over one Bomber. Gets across the 35-yard line. Good physical run there by Chiabatti. Jared Chiabatti, no stranger, no bones about it, wants to be able to get physical on this football game.
So they're going to start their drive at the 31-yard line with 1:26 left to go here in the first half.
And remember, the Northwoods Grizzlies did take a couple of timeouts already in the first half. They only have 1 to work with, especially one of them was a strategy type of discussion. The other one was a timeout coming out of an injury timeout that you hate to have to lose that.
Yeah, is that going to come back to haunt you here at the end of the first half?
We'll see what head coach Joel Anderson and his quarterback Fabish have dialed up. They put a man in motion. They're going to hand it off. Chiabatti's going to pick it up on the right side. He'll pick up about 4 yards, and it looks like they're going to try to maybe run the clock out. A little bit of distance to be able to get there, to get downfield. So maybe kind of a conservative play, maybe just trying to, you know what, we're up by 2. Let's just get to halftime. See what they do here now on second down. They're not rushing to the ball, but they are definitely taking their time. We're under a minute to play first half. I formation behind Fabish. Got 2 wide receivers left. Single wide receiver over to the near side. Man in motion is going to get the handoff. That's going to be Chiabatti. Chiabatti cuts it upfield, makes it past one man into the open field, across midfield to the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Brought down by Austin Sterling.
Saved a touchdown.
Defensive lineman deep in the Braham backfield. And that was headed the other direction in a quick. A 25-yard pickup on that one. First down, and now we see a little bit of hustle for the Grizzlies. Man goes in motion, Chiabatti. Handoff goes to TJ Chiabatti, cuts off right side, and he'll just pick up a yard or two, down to 23 seconds, and now they're going to take their timeout. And I think this is a matter of, I don't think that they were going to try to go for the touchdown. They weren't going to try to put themselves in that position until that last play where they picked up 25 yards, and now it's like, okay.
Yeah, now we have a chance.
Yeah, now we'll run the thing.
Here we are in striking distance here on this last drive. 22 seconds left. I don't know. I think you have, one, maybe two plays left? And that's if you get a first down.
And the fact that they have a second down right now, you could take a couple of shots at this point in time. You can try to run the ball, but running the ball takes time off the clock, takes time to be able to do it, and if you don't get any yards, you're basically done trying to unpile everybody. If you can throw the ball, maybe you can get up and spike it and be able to do something like that. So we'll see what the Grizzlies do. If you're the Grizzlies coach, what do you do?
I think you go for it. I think you just throw the ball down and see what you can get. Take advantage of your athleticism and try to get the ball down towards the goal line.
Now, the other part is they are at about the 40-yard line, so you don't got to necessarily pick up the entire thing right away, but you want to be able to get chunk yardage.
No, yeah, the clock stops on a first down and going out of bounds. So if you're able to get the ball to the outside, that'll lengthen this first half.
Crowd starts to come alive. Again, limited to 250. Tickets sold out almost immediately when they went on sale. Fabish is going to fake the handoff. Rolls to his right. Throws downfield. It's going to be picked off. Nope, out of bounds. It was a beautiful play on that far side. I believe that was Michael Tower. Caught the ball, drug his feet, but he was just a little bit too far out of bounds. So it goes as a long incompletion. But almost a huge play for the Bombers. A little bit underthrown. He did have a receiver out there, but just a little bit underthrown on that far edge. 16 seconds to go here in the half. Back to pass. Fabish rolls out to his right. Got a little bit of space. Throws, and he had a man open again. He had Jared Chiabatti. And now it's going to be fourth down on the incomplete pass. He was trying to outrun Jonah Johnson, was chasing him down, and that was kind of scary, I think, for for Mr. Fabish.
Well, that's the second time Jonah Johnson has gotten into the backfield in the on consecutive plays.
And now we got a fourth down, and I think at this point in time with 10 seconds left to go, you're less worried about trying to run out the clock or anything like that. You just take your shot, whatever it's going to be. Hopefully you get a first down, but you're not worried about, Braham would only have one play and the entire field to go to. See what they do here now. Two wide receivers split each side. Man goes in motion is Chiabatti. Fabish is going to hand it off to Chiabatti. They're just going to keep it on the ground and just run the clock out. He's going to be well short. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Braham's going to get it with about 5 seconds left to go.
So about a 1 yard loss there.
So 5.6 up on the clock. 16-14 is our score. Northwoods looks like they're going to go into the halftime break with the lead, pending what Braham decides to do here on this particular play.
Statue of Liberty play.
Now is when you pull out all the stops.
No, I think they're just going to take one of their option runs and try to go into this locker room and think this first half through.
See if it's going to be either Shockman or Clifford. It's going to be Shockman over to the near side. He's got a little bit of running room, getting to the outside, see if he can turn it upfield. He's going to run out of time.
That was an angry run. Shockman is angry.
Shockman trying to force his way up ahead. And we got a first down on a solid run. It's going to be a 20-yard pickup, and it sounds like he got out of bounds right at about 0.8 seconds. They're going to have time for one more play, and he did get out of bounds on the play. Nope, the officials are going to call it out. It's going to be halftime here.
And that's halftime.
Going to be halftime here in Braham. Thought that there was maybe a half a second left up there, but it is not going to be. So 16-14 is our score here at the halftime break, and we'll be back here to be able to wrap up the stats and information. Halftime brought to you by Catholic United Financial, a faith-directed, not-for-profit company. If you're over age 65, then you need the backup insurance to Medicare. Get a quote and save from Denise Dagerstrom.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Braham Bombers.
All your life, you've worked hard to take care of your family. You put in years of hard work so your loved ones can have a better life. Don't stop there. Let Barry Law Offices help you put together a will or trust to make sure your family is taken care of if the unexpected were to happen. Everyone's situation is different. That's why Barry Law Offices works with you to put together an out-of-the-box solution for your family. For a free consultation, contact them today at barrylawoffices.com. Do what's right for you and your family with the help of Barry Law Offices today.
Monuments are everlasting commemoratives to show our appreciation for lives lived, moments given, and celebrations with loved ones. Braham Monument Company has helped countless families celebrate and commemorate lives and moments for over 110 years. So when you need them, they'll be there for you every step of the way with your monument selection. Check out their website at BrahamMonument.com and see for yourself the amazing selection they have.
And thank you very much. Welcome here on the pregame here on
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get Pork Economy Bundle for just $1.49 per pound. Get 3 bags of Macintosh apples, 2 for $5. 5-pound bags of Best Choice Gold potatoes are 2 for $5. And in the deli, get 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 thighs, and 2 legs for just $6.99. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty here out at the ballpark. I want to thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board once again, try to list them off, and I promise I'm not trying to beat a dead horse or anything like that at all, but at the same time, Aquarius Home Services, Pine Technical College, Edward Jones, Spear and Swanson Law Office. So many great sponsors have jumped on board. It was basically a matter of, okay, we're going to try, we have this platform to try to be able to bring all the games, but, we need, some, additional equipment and staff and, like, all the things to be able to do it. And the sponsors, they came to us to be able to help out. That's the type of community that we have to be able to do that. So what I recommend is go to your businesses and thank them. If you hear a sponsor while we're playing it, go to them and thank them for jumping on board and helping us out with that. It definitely helps us out, and it's great to be able to bring these games. It's fun for us. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely fun for us. It's a pleasure for us. But at the same time, when you have limited people that can be in the stands, limited people, it was nobody for volleyball games, at least last night, but limited people that'll be in volleyball games, not everybody can make it to those games, and this is something that can be able to help out people to be able to watch this from home.
Absolutely. I think it's a great thing. They're allowing us to get out here and bring the game to you. We heard stories of sponsors coming to them. What do you need? How can we help? And in a small community, that really literally makes all the difference.
Absolutely huge for area. As far as the game goes, 16-14, Northwoods leads it on the scoreboard, and a pair of scores for each squad. And Adam, you nailed it right on the head when we were talking about it as we closed out the first half. Braham dominated and played very well in the first half. Then Northwoods took over and dominated and played very well in the second quarter. Tale of two quarters. Who comes out for the third?
Yeah, exactly. I think Northwoods really showed their athleticism and size. I think that was the big difference there in that second quarter. Braham just wasn't able to match them in that department. So we'll see what kind of answers Coach Kunke has for the Bombers to attack this Northwoods Grizzly squad.
And really, the defense played very well in the first quarter, but just did not seem to get that same push in that second quarter. And I think that's probably one of the things that they're going to be looking at. But also, in addition, the offense for the Braham Bombers, very athletic. They spread the field. They get everybody out there. They lost the push on that side of the ball, too.
Yeah, I think that could be part of the first game as well. Just the line not being in – the offensive line not being in – what's the word? Contusion? Does that work? No? I'm getting the look.
Contusion is a bruise.
Okay, then no, it is not a contusion. That is, contusion. That's what I meant,
exactly.
Andy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Why am
Don't
I questioning
put words
you?
in my mouth.
Yeah.
No, they're not able to work as a squad.
Cohesive unit?
Cohesive. There it is.
There we go.
Hey, come on. I was close.
I mean, it started with a C. We're at halftime here and kind of working our way through this halftime break. We're going to take a couple more spots here and be able to hear from some of our wonderful sponsors. When we come back here at the halftime break, we're also going to speak with Coach Sean Kunke. Again, the second half of the interview that we had the other day, he talks a little bit more about the football aspect about things here with the Braham season actually starting up. We'll be back here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
I'm Steve Schwartzbar, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of all the local teams on WCMP. Call me, Steve Schwartzbar, at 763-552-1100 for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
And welcome back here on the pregame. Joined once again, Sean Kunke, head football coach. We talked some administrative stuff, and Sean, we'll get right into it. We talked about how flexible and how much you've had to adjust with the administrative side. What has it been like going from we're having a season, we're not having a season, now we're having a season, maybe some games? Like, what has that been like for you and for your players?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of emotions, Andy and Adam. It's been crazy. Our kids have been pretty resilient. When we first got word that our season was going to be at first postponed to the spring, there was some disappointment, obviously, because football in Minnesota is meant to be played in the fall, and that's the way everybody thought it was supposed to be, and because of what we've got going on, it just wasn't meant to be, at least at the time. So some disappointment to begin with, and then when this whole thing kind of started turning around, and The factors that went into the decision making of the Minnesota State High School League and making that decision to resume fall activities here in the fall. A lot of excitement by our players. And, one thing, guys, that this has really taught all of us, from coaching staff to players, is you really can't take anything for granted anymore. And so we're just very appreciative of the opportunity, and we're taking it one day at a time. And again, like I said, just appreciative of where we're at.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Actually, is it an extra bit of motivation, given the environment that we're in? I don't want to, for a lack of a better word, we're not entitled to a football season in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's important, but it's not important, if that makes sense.
Absolutely does. Absolutely, Adam. We talk about that all the time with the kids, and just not taking things for granted. And you know what? It's one game at a time, one play at a time, because you just never know. You just never know. So we're excited. We're excited for Friday night. It's our home opener, and the kids have put in a lot of time. Some folks maybe don't realize we were able to practice throughout the summer. So we were given that opportunity, and so the kids have put in a lot of time. And then, of course, throughout the fall now we've had some practices. So it's been a long time coming, and I feel like our guys are ready.
Can I let's take you back to March 2020 as a athletics director of Braham. I know it seems like about 20 years ago, but what was your world like back then when everything was just coming at us so quickly? Were you in contact with all the other area athletic directors? What were your thoughts on with the superintendents and the school board and everything?
Yeah, going back to that time, Adam, really it was a time of just not knowing a lot yet. Obviously, since March, we've learned a lot more of COVID and the things that we need to do to keep our kids safe and to keep all of us safe. So going back to March, it was just the biggest thing was just not knowing. Obviously, with schools going distant learning to finish out the year, our after-school activities being canceled and only able to communicate with coaches virtually like we're doing right now. Just a lot of changes, a lot of adjustments, a lot of working with other administrators, other athletic directors, other principals. Again, just kind of a time of, having to be flexible and adjust on the fly.
Coach Kunke, let's get into a little bit of, I don't know if you want to call it the meat and potatoes, because we've covered some pretty, heavy stuff, but maybe the whipped cream, I guess. Maybe we'll go with that.
There you go.
How is the team looking? Who are some of our key guys? I know you guys had a really successful year last year, and graduated some pretty key guys, but there's a lot of talent on that squad.
That's the case every year, Andy. We did graduate a group of seniors that we miss both on and off the field. And that's the challenge, like I said, every year, of who's going to be stepping up and who's going to be taking their places. The team is looking really good right now. I feel like we're in a really good spot for our home opener on Friday night. We're led by a pretty solid group of seniors this year. And in high school football, guys, especially at the 1A level, if you've got seniors on your roster that have been a part of the program for the years coming up and waiting for their opportunity, I guess you might say, to take that leadership role, those guys have stepped in pretty nicely. So I'm really encouraged with our group of seniors. And I guess when you talk about key players, guys, that's where it starts, is our senior leadership. And so I guess that whole group of seniors is kind of the shout out that I want to give right now, just because of their leadership on and off the field. We're doing things the right way so far. It hasn't gone perfectly, but this time of year, nobody's perfect. I tell my guys this time of year all the time, and they don't like hearing it, but I said, I always say heading into the first game, we're not a good football team yet. And the reason I say that is because we've got so much more improvement to do. That's what helps us take every practice seriously. And the guys have been approaching it that way. So what I like to say is we're getting better. We're not perfect. We're not good yet, but we're going to get there because of the process that we take. And so we're excited. So we're getting there.
Sure. So you lead off with Northwoods. I suppose tonight, when everybody hears this, what are we gonna? Well, I suppose the listeners, what are we gonna hear with Northwoods?
Yeah, a common name that you're going to hear is Chibati. They got a couple of kids on the team, and I got to be honest with you, I don't know if they're brothers or if they're cousins, but they played a key role on their team last year, and so we know that we're going to have to stop those kids in order to be successful. They've got a new coach, so we're not really quite sure what kind of scheme they're going to come at us with, offensively or defensively, especially as well. So they might have changed things up from a year ago. We've got a pretty good game plan. If they come in with some of the similar tendencies from a year ago, but we just don't know. First game of the year, they can come in with a completely different set of ideas. So we're ready to adjust on the fly if that's the case. But that's kind of what we know for right now.
Well, Coach, we definitely appreciate you taking the time out to be able to join us here on the pregame, and good luck to the squad, and a great successful night and season.
Thanks, guys, and I just want to give you guys a big thanks, too, for all that you guys are doing. It means a lot to our families and to our communities for you guys to be able to come on to Braham area schools and be willing to live broadcast these games. It's just a fantastic, fantastic thing, so we really appreciate you guys as well. Thanks.
Trust me, it's definitely all our pleasure.
Yeah, we love doing it, yeah.
So awesome.
So, all right, well, we'll return here on the pregame and get you set for tonight's matchup, Braham and Northwoods on WCMP.
Morris Chevrolet Buick knows that good people can hit rough patches, especially right now. That shouldn't keep you from getting into the vehicle you want. Morris Chevrolet Buick is here to help. They have financing options available for all levels of credit. So if you need a new vehicle but haven't been able to get financed elsewhere, head over to Morris Chevrolet Buick today. They can work with your less than perfect credit score to help get you into the vehicle you need. You get more at Morris Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Procrastination, the art of putting off today what we can do tomorrow. But when it comes to your retirement, time is money. Now is the time to get the help you need with retirement planning, probate avoidance, wealth transfer, tax issues, guaranteed income, and so much more. Todd Schoberg at Schoberg & Holmstrom Financial Services in Mora has over 25 years as a safe money advisor and retirement planner. For more information, go to schobergholmstrom.com. Stop procrastinating and start planning for the retirement you deserve.
What does that Ski-Doo feeling sound like? Yeah, it sounds a little something like that. And now you can get that Ski-Doo feeling during our Yellow Tag event on now. Visit Caswell Cycle in Mora and online at caswellcycle.com and get up to $1,500 off select 2020 Summit 850 E-Tech models. Offer ends October 31st, 2020. Restrictions apply. Customer offers based on credit worthiness. See dealer for details.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty, and a good interview there with Sean Kunke. Talked a little bit about the adjustment with COVID with the game, kind of what they were expecting, and I think that he touched on during the interview that they didn't know what Northwoods was going to be based on what last year was, because it's the first game of the year, plus with all the COVID stuff, you didn't really know, and I think that that's kind of coming into play tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more so with the players than with the coaching staff. I feel like they're in the right positions for success, but not being able to capitalize on that being on the correct position.
Second half just about to get underway here between the Braham Bombers and Northwoods Grizzlies. Got 12 minutes up on the clock. 16-14 is our score. Kickoff is going to come down to Northwoods as they receive the second half kick. It's going to be TJ Chabadi, and I don't know if you've seen that, but it looked almost like the play was designed to be a handoff, kind of one of the kickoff return handoffs, but Chabadi never reached the ball out. It looked like one of his own guys just tried to take it from him. It was a little bit bizarre, but nonetheless, they get out across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
So now Braham's defense started out very well, but were kind of being run over there in the second quarter. So we'll see which Bomber defense you see, the first quarter defense or the second quarter defense.
We'll get that answer here momentarily as the Grizzlies split one wide receiver wide out to the near side. Slot back left I formation behind Fabish. Slot back goes in motion one way, then back the other direction. Fake to handoff. It's going to be a little pitch over to the near side. Picked up by Cheney. Cheney's going to try to work his way to the outside.
Bombers defense played that very well.
Johnson and it appears to be Tower on the tackle. And great job staying home on the play. That was a nicely designed play by Northwoods, but a great job by that Braham defense being able to sniff that one out.
Absolutely. I think in that scenario, you don't really need to go for the big loss. Just allow the game to come to you.
Second down and 10 as they lose maybe a half a yard. They mark it back just a hair. I formation in the backfield. Similar situation as they got slot back right, tight end right. Ball's on the ground, and Fabish is just going to fall on it. Kind of a smart play as the Braham Bombers have been able to get a little bit of pressure in the backfield, and if you put the ball on the ground and then all of a sudden lose it, that could be a problem.
Yeah, now it's 3rd and long here. So far it's starting to look like the first quarter, but we'll see what this 3rd and long will entail, because you got to watch out for the screen pass, especially coming out of the backfield.
See what Northwoods comes out here now as they lose 4 yards. 3rd down and 14. Fabish under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left, one on the near side. I formation in the backfield. He's going to roll out to the far side. Johnson on the pressure.
They got it.
They got the ball loose on the ground. Johnson's going to recover at about the 10-yard line. Appears to be about the 10-yard line. Chasing him down was Carson Schockman.
And it's going to be Bomber football.
And it's going to be a turnover by Northwoods, and that's just not a good start for Northwoods, but a great start for the Bomber defense, and we touched on it. Which one are we going to see? Appears that we're going to get the first quarter again.
Yeah, I think they're not able to hold Johnson into the backfield. That I feel like that's why they're rolling out to the left. But Johnson able to catch up to him on the backside.
Ball is going to be spotted at about the 11-yard line, right to left as Lee from the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and it's going to be close to the end zone by Clifford. Clifford hauled down, but not before he picks up about 5-6 yards, and it was just outside the 10-yard line, so they do have an opportunity to be able to get a first down. Mark at a pickup of 7. 3rd down and 3, or 2nd down and 3. Two wide receivers split near side, one to the far side. Pair of running backs split each side of Lee. Shotgun snap, comes back. He's going to fake one handoff. It's going to go to Schockman. Schockman into the end zone. 4 yards out. Touchdown Bombers.
So a 2-play, 11-yard drive.
Hold on, I got to do the stats here. I got to catch up on the, very quick drive on that one. Bombers able to take advantage of the turnover, punch it into the end zone, retake the lead 20-16. And now they're going to go for 2.
Trying to make this a full possession game.
Seeing a wide receiver split to the near side, 2 split out to the far side, the high side of the field. A pair in the back. It looks like they're going to go with the big man right up the middle, trying to get to the end zone. He's going to get in. That's going to be Alex Longren. Longren bowling his way over everybody. 2-point conversion.
The fridge special.
Love the play call. Absolutely love the play call. Longren punishes his way in. He did have some contact in the backfield. He was met before the line of scrimmage.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter. I'm taking you with me. Jump on my back. Let's go. I'm heading to the end zone. Who's coming with me? 9:33 to play here in the third quarter of action. 22-16 as the Braham Bombers get the score on that one. And what a play. A great possession, really, overall by the Braham Bombers. They only had the 2 plays, but nonetheless, a couple of great plays. And, of course, the 2-point conversion is something that even Longren will probably remember for a long time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now with 100 yards rushing for the Bombers. And now it's a full 6-point game here for the Bombers.
22-16. The split between the 6-point or 8-point was from the failed 2-point conversion that Braham had in the first half. Northwoods converted on both. Braham is 2 for 3 on the 2-point conversion. Jonah Johnson tees it up. He will kick this one deep. Once they're ready, it looks like everybody's set to go. There's the whistle, and he approaches the ball. Kicks this one deep. Nice kick, comes all the way down, taken on the run at about the 16-yard line by Chiabatti, and he lost the ball momentarily, but picked it up. But that hesitation stopped him. Jared Chiabatti, usually pretty sure-handed, dropped that one, and that allowed, we've seen that before on a punt where they allowed it to bounce before taking it. Just allows the coverage team to get there quicker.
Absolutely, and it seems like a completely different Bomber team than we saw in the second quarter, at least here in the early going in the second half.
It'll be first down and 10 for Northwoods. That'll be at about the 26-yard line. Playing a little AC/DC here during the break here out at the ballpark. They came out with a new CD or a new album. Or maybe they just had one song. They came out with some new material. You got to get some new material. Handoff's going to go up the middle. Chiabatti tried to reach forward. Correction, that's going to be 18 Pinichi.
And that's going to be a short gain of just 2. Bombers were having no part of that option. They just tackled both of them.
A lot of pressure in the backfield. It'll be a pickup of a couple.
You're going to give us a choice? How about we take both?
You know, if that's an option.
I mean, that's really how you play an option is you just take out both.
Yep.
Just leave the option out of it.
You commit to it. You don't let them have a chance at it. Fabish up to center now. I formation behind him is going to hand off to Chiabatti. Chiabatti tries to go back through the middle of the play. He's wrapped up in the backfield and brought down by Austin Sterling. Sterling got a good push up front, got a good wrap up. They did gain another couple yards, but
that's fine.
If you only gain 1 or 2 yards every play, you're not quite going to get there in 4 downs.
Yeah, they're getting penetration through the line of scrimmage again, just like they did in the first quarter.
Clock continues to wind down to 8:12 to play here. Second half, third quarter. 6-point lead by the Braham Bombers. Facing now a third down and call it a long 6. Fabish under center. 2 wide receivers split to the far side. They're going to roll him to that side. Underthrows that one. He had to short arm that one, try to get everything he could on it, but Mason Longren was right in his face almost immediately. It's like they got no push on that far side from the offensive tackle, and Longren blew that play up from the get-go.
Absolutely. The defensive line really came up strong on that drive, forcing a 3 and out.
They've been trying to roll out Fabish just because that defensive line's been in the backfield when he's trying to pass the ball pretty consistently, but that play just blown up. They rolled right to the pressure.
Yeah.
7.5 up on the clock. 22-16 is our score. Bombers lead it, looking to be able to get the ball back. Punt is going to come down by Cheney. It'll bounce over to the far side. It'll bounce away from Zach Yerke. He'll just let it roll. 29-yard line will be when the Bombers take it over.
So trying to extend this 22-16 lead.
Bombers looking to have about maybe a 7-minute drive, 10-minute drive.
Well,
that's the fourth quarter.
That's what you're hoping.
Although I think they'd rather finish with points, maybe. But
well,
maybe
if you could get both.
Yeah. Well, you did say option was both earlier, so
just be greedy.
Yeah, may as well. It is football, right? 7:05 to play. 22-16 is our score.
I mean, when we talk about the Bomber defense having a tale of two quarters, the Northwoods defense also had a tale of two quarters. They played much better in the second quarter than they did in the first.
We'll see if there's any change after this drive here and see if there's any change maybe going into the fourth quarter. Quick little pitch on the man in motion coming up inside, and Clifford, even though he wasn't in the backfield, still got the pitch. Gonna pick up a couple yards.
That'll bring us 2nd and 8.
Clock under 7 continues to roll. 22-16, again, our score. If you're watching on YouTube, we got the score showing up there as well.
That's a pass play, guys. You know that, right?
6:24 to play here in the third quarter. Shotgun set now for Lee. Got a man in motion again, Clifford. Last one, he pitched it to him forward. Clifford drops it. Lee dropped it, and he's going to be wrestled down to the ground. That'll be big-time loss there by the Bombers, and whatever they gained there on first down, they lost on second down.
12-yard loss on that play, making it a third and about a mile, scientifically.
That I like it. See what Coach Kunke and his staff dials up. Assisted by Chris Grote, Nick Hone, and Pierre Goldbridson. Northwoods coached by Joel Anderson, assisted by Mark Fabish, Nathan Anderson, and Dan Rang. 5.5 to play. Lee from the shotgun set. Third down and just shy of 20. And we get a whistle and I believe, is that delay a game?
Delay a game penalty go against the Bombers.
Bombers are going to move it back once again, so 3rd and 18 becomes 3rd and even more. So I think we had this happen a couple of years ago where I said it was 3rd and a mile. What's this now?
3rd and a country mile.
Oh, see, you steal my material. Again, you need to get your own material. Come on now.
You got to stop saying it.
It's because
I write everything down.
What can I say? I got good stuff. 2 wide receivers split near side, single over to the far side. Pair backs in the backfield along with Lee. Takes a handoff. He's going to give it to Shockman. Shockman into the secondary. Going to pick up a sizable chunky yardage. It was 3rd and 23. He's going to pick up about 15 on that. It'll bring up a 4th down and 7.
That'll bring up 4th and 7, 8 yards to go.
So we'll see what the Bombers decide to do now. They're kind of in that no man's land. I think you probably kick this one.
Yeah, I think so. Give Northwoods a long field. Your defense has played well here in the second half.
Snap will come back, and Clifford will boot this one away.
Returnable.
Going to be a line drive right into the hands of Ciabatti. Ciabatti goes far side now, works his way back over to the near side, across midfield, and wrapped up and hauled down.
Good pursuit by the Bomber coverage team.
John Mankey on the tackle on that one. He wriggled free, but his momentum had definitely stopped, and so they'll get it at midfield. That's where the Northwoods the Northwoods Grizzlies will take over.
The Wild Grizzlies, huh?
Yeah, the Wild Grizzlies.
I'll take it. I'll sign up for that. Sure.
Sounds an awful lot like you're judging me from over here.
No.
From my broadcast position.
I
left.
like it. I like it, Andy. Good job, champ.
I appreciate you. 4:19 to go here in the third quarter of play. 22-16, single wide receiver split out to the far side now for Northwoods as they take over at midfield. I formation behind Fabish. The fullback leaning forward. Chiabatti gets the handoff, splits one tackle. He's into the secondary. It's going to be a foot race to the end zone, and he'll be hauled down deep on the play by Yerke. But Chiabatti looked like he was bottled up in the backfield, and he's going to be down into about the 6-yard line. Big time run. About a 43-yard pickup. And Northwoods in business, looking to be able to try to tie the game or retake the lead here with 4 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Just under 4 minutes, so.
Fabish under center. I formation. Fabish is going to keep it himself. It looked like it was kind of a muff play. I'm not sure if he was trying to do something with it or if he bobbled it, but nonetheless, nothing doing on that one. Might have lost a yard. Clock continues to roll. See what they come up with here for next play. Second down and goal now from the 7-yard line as the Grizzlies looking to try to be able to punch it into the end zone. Braham Bombers need a stop here. Try to get the ball back. Maybe he'll put some more points on the board. If nothing else, try to be able to just stop this Grizzly offense. Fabish under center, I formation behind him. Takes a snap, fakes one handoff. He rolls to the far side, slips one tackle, and Johnson's able to run him down. Jonah Johnson got him in the backfield for a sack. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout now by the Grizzlies. After a big sack, drops them back to about the 12-yard line. It'll be about a 5-yard sack, and that's a huge play there for the Braham Bombers. And drops them back into a tough position. We'll have that next play when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty. And Adam, the first couple plays looked like the Braham defense was going to be the Braham defense of the second quarter, or the first quarter, I should say. But then all of a sudden, Chiabatti found a little bit of running room. I wasn't sure that Yerke was going to catch him on that one.
He
it
got
looked
to
like
the
he was
outside.
getting separation.
Yeah, those 6'4" legs really caught up to Chiabatti pretty quickly there on the outside. But, yeah, got the yardage, but the Bomber defense so far have forced him into a 3rd and goal, backed him up. What did it start at the 7? So backed him up about 5 yards. Here now 3rd and goal from the 12.
Jonah Johnson's been in the backfield all evening long.
Well, it's forcing Fabish to roll out on every pass play that they want to do because he's able to get into the backfield rather easily.
Can't set up any type of pocket when you got a guy breathing down your neck on every play. See when Northwoods comes out here now out of the timeout. Snap, they're going to hand it off. Chiabatti's going to go off the left side, trying to cut the ball up at about the 10. Got to about the 6-7 yard line, and then knocked out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. He was well short of the end zone. Looks like it's going to be about the 7 yard line.
Gathering up 4th and goal. They put it at the 9, coach. At the 8-9 yard line.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 8 yard line.
2.5 to play here in the third quarter, and kind of a rapidly moving third quarter. I mean, a lot on the ground has definitely helped.
This is a gigantic play for both teams.
Update in our other game, Pine City now leading 19-14, 11-13 to go in the fourth quarter. Pitch to the far side now as Northwoods got to get in the end zone here on fourth down. They get close.
And there's a flag on the play, though.
They get into the end zone. Chiabatti had a couple of really nice moves on that far side, but we do have a flag. Wait for the call from the official. It's going to be on the offense. It'll be a hold, and that's a big call there by Northwoods, committing the penalty.
It looked awkward. I mean, it was a good play, and they were able to get Chiabatti into the open space, but it looked awkward from the beginning, didn't it?
A little bit.
As awkward as me in middle school.
You know, I had that right there.
Week, yeah.
I had that right there, but I didn't say it. I left it alone.
Well, this is my first football game, and I've kind of been ragging on you the whole game. I don't want people to think that I'm like a jerk or anything.
It's my first football game, too.
With WCMP.
No, I did some football last year, too.
Yeah.
2:27 on the clock. 22-16 is our score. And now a penalty pushes Northwoods back to about the 18-yard line. So now fourth and goal from well outside of the end zone. This is going to be a pass play. Let's see if Jonah Johnson can get into the backfield. 4 wide receivers, check that, 3 wide receivers split out. They're going to fake the handoff. Oh, it's a kind of a flea flicker play towards the goal line.
Well,
whether he caught it or not, he's short. The pass was to Eric Ani. So the pass, it looks like they're calling it complete. But regardless, it was a fourth down play. They needed 18 for the touchdown. They got 17, and it's going to go over on downs for the Bombers. The little flea flicker, although the flea flicker went to the running back on the play instead of back to the quarterback.
So now it is 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. I mean, it's good that they stopped them.
Now is when you can wear some time off the clock.
Yeah.
You got 99 yards to go. See if the Braham Moving Company can spring some yards for Clifford and Shockman. Spread offense, but Braham has only put the ball in the air 5 times.
Getting some space.
Big space over the near side.
He's got a lot of room.
That's going to be Lee. See if he can get the edge. He's got one man to beat. Slowed him up just enough. He's going to be run out at up the 43-yard line. 42-yard run. Big time run there by Lee. Took it himself. Got on open space and then just outran everybody to the edge. A 42-yard pickup gives him a first down out close to midfield.
That's where the poise of a senior quarterback with a year under his belt really helps.
This Braham squad, a lot of talent on that side. Now 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap set for Lee now. Move tower in motion. They're going to fake that handoff. They're going to send it to Shockman off the right side. Got spun around almost in a way of, you see usually if a running back's got that ball in that hand, the way that they spun him almost in the area of where you end up fumbling the ball. But Shockman holding on to that pretty solid. Still picks up a couple of yards, but more importantly, doesn't lose the ball.
Absolutely, and let some time come off the clock. I mean, I shouldn't say that yet. We're still in the third quarter.
2-yard pickup will mark it 2nd down and 8. We're down to 100 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play from Froyen Field here in Braham.
They're giving their receivers quite a bit of room there on the far side.
Almost a 10-yard cushion to the outside receivers. Lee's going to keep it himself. He was tackled not tackled, but he was stopped in the backfield, at least initially. Wrapping him up was Carter Holman, but he couldn't hold on. He's going to pick up about a yard or two, but
I mean, that's a 5-yard difference.
The push was behind him. That slowed him up enough to let the defense be able to recover.
Doesn't seem like a generous spot, but
how rude.
Yeah.
That's not Minnesota nice, guys.
Come on, guys.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter of action. A couple wide receivers split each side. Lee in the shotgun. Shockman joins him in the backfield. Comes back for Lee. He's going to put it in the air. Rolls out to his right. Pressure's on. Nice block by Shockman in the backfield is going to allow Lee to be able to get to the outside. He'll pick up a couple of yards. A nice block by Shockman is the rush was on behind Lee, trying to be able to stop him. Got out of bounds, so it'll be about 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And in fourth down, just shy of midfield. Chibati moves his way back to be able to receive. See if Braham does come out with the punt team. It does appear that they are going to drop Clifford back to be able to kick. With this space on the receiver on this near side, right close to us, you could almost run a down route.
Yeah.
Just a little button hook route and be able to get something there. Ball on the ground, it's going to roll up, and Chibati's going to pick it up. Chibati had it roll right to him, so it wasn't a bad pickup, but at the same time, you got to make that commitment earlier. Allowed the defense to be able to get there. Shockman on the tackle stops him basically right as soon as he picks the ball up. Right in his tracks, he'll pick up the ball at about the 27-yard line. Neither team really getting much going on offense, except for the Braham touchdown.
Carson Shockman with a couple really good special team tackles here in the second half.
You can definitely see a tale of 2 years as Braham graduated a little bit, but they got a lot of talent coming back. Northwoods another year under their belt, playing very, very well. This game was a huge game last year, 52-8 win by Braham, but Northwoods playing much better this year. And we got a flag on the offense, offsides, or a false start on the offense. Move it back 5 yards, be first down and 15.
Fifth penalty for 43 yards for the Grizzlies. Bombers have 3 for 25. Not a pretty clean game in that aspect. I mean, there was a drive with 3 straight penalties. Outside of that, it's been relatively clean.
Not a bad game played so far. A couple of turnovers, but it's been a pretty good ball game and a pretty close ball game. Update from the other game. Pine City 19.
Chibati gets to the outside.
Hey, you're interrupting me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Hey, we're at a game, Beckstrom.
Wrapped up and brought out of bounds. We got an injury out on a couple of players down. There's one at about the 25-yard line, and then one at the end of the play at about the 41-yard line. Goes as a first down on about a 16-yard pickup. But nonetheless, we got a couple of players down, so we'll step away as well. 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 22-16 Braham leads. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Wellia Health is the leading provider of healthcare in East Central Minnesota, offering services to Mora, Pine City, Hinckley, and the surrounding communities. We have the always welcoming care you've come to expect, close to home, with cutting-edge technology and multitude of specialty services, so you can receive the medical care you need, when you need it. Live life well with Wellia Health. WelliaHealth.org.
Braham Ford is celebrating over 84 years of friendly hometown service and sales of F-Series trucks. It's ties like that have made the Ford F-Series America's #1 brand of truck for over 40 years. And when it comes to safety, the truck that leads the pack is the high-strength, military-grade aluminum body Ford F-150. This season, bring over 40 years of tradition to your next tailgate party. Find your next Ford at Braham Ford or online at BrahamFord.com.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, a people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside Adam Hefty back here at the ballpark as we get set to resume action. Both players came off the field. So far, anybody that's come off the field has pretty much returned. We haven't seen anybody not come back into the game at all yet. So, but again, we talked about that a little earlier. We had a couple of players that were cramping a little bit, and it's still a warm day for an October game. Football's a hard contact sport, and it doesn't take much to be able to run out of fluids. First down and 10 is what we play it as now, the 41-yard line for Northwoods. Fabish under center, I formation behind him. He's going to head off Chabadi. Almost caught in the backfield. Chabadi's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, but
they got him in the backfield a yard and a half, 2 yards back there.
I think it might have been Sterling. I'm not sure who it was that was in the backfield, but almost dropped him for about a 7-yard loss. That'll be the end of the third quarter as we work our way to the fourth quarter. Braham leads it by 6, 22-16. And, Adam, we talked a little bit about, what team's going to show up. And that third quarter, initially it looked like, all right, all Braham all day. And it's been pretty even. They did make the stop, but Northwoods got right there. I don't know that we learned a lot in the third quarter.
No, I don't think so either. We came into this not knowing really what to expect, but I think this fourth quarter is going to be pretty entertaining, so absolutely stay tuned.
Definitely should be a fun finish out here at the ballpark, so stick with us here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
At Town & Country Insurance, we recognize the value of teamwork and believe that hard work pays off both in sports and in life. We wish all the athletes competing this season good luck and encourage you to put your all into practice today to achieve victory tomorrow. Trust in teamwork. Trust in tomorrow. Contact Town & Country Insurance, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at towncountry-ins.com today for all your insurance needs. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, Dave. Just thought I'd call and check in.
Thanks. We're all doing well.
Hey, I noticed that Connecticut truck in your driveway. Finally took my advice and got your water fixed, huh?
Oh, man, I wish I'd have done it sooner. We had Aquarius Home Services install a Connecticut whole home water treatment system.
No more bad smell when you turn on the faucet?
Nope.
And rust stains and white scale buildup on your fixtures all gone?
They look like new.
And you're loving the drinking water?
Yeah, Mike, we're worry-free with drinking water right from the tap. And no, we won't buy bottled water anymore.
You know, Connecticut is the world's most efficient. It uses zero electricity and...
It uses less salt. Mike, we already installed it. You don't need to keep selling me on it. But we do owe you a thanks for recommending it. It definitely made life easier.
Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, is taking extra precautions to help ensure your safety. For worry-free water, visit ConnecticutMN.com to schedule your free in-home water analysis and learn how you can save 25% on a new Connecticut water treatment system. That's ConnecticutMN.com. Aquarius in Connecticut. Brilliantly simple.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Back to the action we go. Northwoods second down and 11, rolling out Fabish. It's going to be incomplete, almost picked off.
Well, Mason Longren back in the backfield once again. He's been living back there, especially in that third quarter.
Tried to put that one out for Panici. The ball a little bit out of his reach and almost picked off by the Bombers. Bring up third down and 11.
So sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say fourth quarter of play. That's where we're at.
That's why you interrupted me?
That is why I interrupted you.
So it's third
Mostly
long.
it's because I just like interrupting you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I never have really anything important to say.
It makes for really good radio, let me tell you. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Joel Anderson and the Northwoods Grizzlies. And
once again, a
ill-advised.
timeout. Ill-advised.
I got you. I'm helping you out here.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, that's not the time when
you
you want to be able
with
to
the
take
English
a timeout.
language. Yeah.
First play, I mean, it's not the first play because they did have the incomplete pass, but at the same time, one of the first plays right out of a quarter break where you have minutes to be able to discuss things, essentially a timeout. It's not when you really want to have that happen.
No, Yeah, and especially in a close game like this, you never know when it's going to come back to haunt you. Maybe they're driving with 30 seconds left or something.
And there's a part of me that feels that actually affected Northwoods at the end of the first half because they had an opportunity to be able to get something going, but they just didn't have any timeouts to be able to work with. So then they had to play the game of, like, do we try to run the clock out? And then they got a big run, and then they try to take the timeout, and it was too late at that point. But, yeah, it's tough when you waste them. But it's, again, that's one of those things that it's early in the year.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, that definitely probably played an impact.
Now out of the timeout, Fabish is going to bring him to the line. Tight end and slot back to his right, wide receiver left. Pitch is going to go out to Ifabici. He's going to throw it, though. And it's going to be picked off. Chiabatti got the pitch from Fabish. He tried to throw it downfield, but he underthrew his man.
Hayden Lee with the interception.
And it'll be a turnover. Bombers will get it back. Ill-advised pass. Not a bad play drawn up, but Braham was all over it right away. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they wanted to do, and they were right on top of that play. Braham will take over at about the 37-yard line.
There was a holding call on Northwoods, but Braham obviously declined it, so here we are.
11:47 to play here in the fourth quarter of action, 22-16. That's a big turnover, not only just to be able to get it, but this stage of the game for Braham to be able to get the ball back and try to be able to put together a time-consuming drive.
Good discipline there by the secondary to hold on their receivers even after the handoff.
Pair of wide receivers split each side, one single back off to the left of the quarterback, Lee. Lee's going to keep it himself, goes off left side. He'll pick up maybe a yard or two, gets to about the 40-yard line. Mark at about 3 yards on the pile pushing forward. But more importantly, the clock will continue to run. It'll roll its way right on through. The old Rum River, 3 yards in the cloud of dust. I mean, it might be the old NFC North more so, but we'll call it the NFC, the old Rum River. Braham was part of the Rum River for a little while. That was a long time ago.
Oh,
that was way before my time, but they were a part of it. Snap comes, quick shot over to the near side. Nice quick pass over to Clifford. Slips one tackle into the secondary. He's going to have himself a first down. Finally brought down on the play by Pinici. But a nicely designed play. Get the ball to the outside and let your players do the work.
Well, yeah, especially if you're going to allow 10 yards on Clifford there at the line of scrimmage. You might as well take advantage of it. So now the Bombers have it 1st and 10 at midfield.
Pickup of 10, 11 yards and a first down. Keeps the clock going, keeps the chains moving.
Yeah, and Clifford isn't a small guy. He's listed here at 6 foot, $180. So if he gets the ball on the outside, it's going to be hard for a cornerback to tackle him.
Two wide receivers split each side. Shockman in the backfield with Lee. Lee keeps it himself. Thought about going inside and then tried to bounce it to the outside, but he is wrapped up by Cole Thiel. Thiel right on top of him. He'll lose 4 yards on the play. It was a good decision to bounce it to the outside. There wasn't much there, but it bottled up so quickly. Thiel went upfield so nicely to be able to cut off that angle.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the Grizzlies' defensive line.
Under 10 minutes to play here in the ball game. 22-16 is our score. 2nd down and 14 for the Bombers. Two wide receivers split each side. Lee in the backfield of Shockman. Hands to Shockman over to the near side, and he's going to be wrapped up right away and brought down by Fabish, as well as number 75, Anave Goodsky-Spears.
There you go.
Picked up about a yard on the play, but going to bring up a 3rd and very long. You want to be 3rd and short on the play, but Rams going to have to try to figure something out that they can get dialed up. See if the clock will continue to roll, maybe be able to get under 9 minutes before they have to run their next play. Shotgun snap. Once again, man goes in motion. It's going to be Clifford. Fake the handoff. Lee's going to keep it himself. He's got a little bit of running room if he can get the edge. Good pursuit down the line, though. Ball does pop up, but Lee was already on the ground.
That
was good hustle there by Jared Chiabatti. It looked like he had all the room in the world.
Absolutely.
And it disappeared in a heartbeat.
Good recovery speed. So now 4th and 7 at the 47-yard line.
8.5 to play here in the ball game. Braham is across midfield.
I think you kick it still.
I think that you kick it. Your defense has played pretty good so far here in the second half. Jonah Johnson's been a beast. He's been everywhere. Mankey's been very good. Low bouncing snap. Clifford almost got it above Chiabatti, but he's going to take it about the 15 over to the near side. Yerke right on top of them. Drops him right as soon as he got there. Return's going to be about 4 yards up to about the 22-yard line. So set the scene now. 8:06 to play here. 22-16. Northwoods takes over. I don't want to say that this is a key possession, but this is an important possession, if for no other reason for field position.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Braham, you want to hold them back. Hopefully keep that field position. Because right now, Braham is winning the field position battle as of right now, but it's pretty darn close.
With 8 minutes, it's not the final drive by any means, unless they run an 8-minute drive, which is possible. But nonetheless, an opportunity for Northwoods. Now Chiabatti cuts it back into the middle of the field, wrapped up, and it'll be brought down at about the 30-yard line. Pick up about 7 on the play. Chiabatti is so hard to bring down. He is such a talented running back. He's elusive and just tough to wrap up.
Yeah.
Second down and 3 for the Grizzlies. I formation behind Fabish. Bombers showing blitz. They do bring the blitz. Hanoff's going to go off the right side. And a pickup of a few by Chiabatti, and it's going to be close, and it will be a first down. Needed 4, got 5.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Grizzlies.
Crowd trying to get into it. Again, limited seating, but nonetheless, it's nice to be able to have the voices in the crowd. I formation behind Fabish. Takes the snap, fakes one handoff, instead hands it to Pinici. Pinici will pick up a handful of yards just from that initial push. But Clifford to be able to bring him down. We'll call about a pickup of about 4. 6:44 to go here in this ball game. Grizzlies come to the line. Single wide receiver split near side. Tight end and slot back right. I formation behind Fabish. Fabish took the snap. It looked like there was maybe a false start on the far side of the field, but nonetheless, they did not call that one. A little handoff. Be able to pick up a couple of yards, but still going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
Big play for both teams, essentially.
Wrapping up a score from our other game. Final score, Pine City wins in the other matchup against us. Or not against us, but just the other side. 19-14 the final over Two Harbors.
Good game as well over there.
Brahmers looking to try to be able to get a win of their own here on their home field. Fabish is going to bring it up with a pair of wide receivers split each side. Man goes in motions, Chiabatti. Handoff's going to go to Chiabatti. Wrapped up in the backfield. Joel Anderson, the coach, slammed a clipboard down. He knew it as soon as the handoff went. That was bottled up from the get-go and about a 3-yard loss. 4th down and 9.
Surprise, surprise, Carson Schockman with yet another big tackle.
Clock continues to roll. We're down approaching 5 minutes to play here in the ball game. See what they decide to do here, if they decide to kick it deep or if they decide to fake it. It is under 5 minutes to play. Snap comes back. It is bobbled, but he still kicks it. Going to bounce at about the 43-yard line, take a bomber bounce that back up to about the 45. They'll mark it down just shy of the 45. Touchdown by Olin Nelson. So Bombers will have it, and now you're trusting, if you're Northwoods, you're trusting your defense to be able to stop this Braham Bomber offense, which you have really in the second half, but you only have one timeout.
Yep.
With 4:45 to play.
I think.
Or 4:47.
One first down won't end this game by any means.
No.
But it will it'll take a large gap out of it.
Right now they're looking at Shockman and Clifford 3 yards each time.
Yep.
2-3 yards each time. Fourth down, pick it up with 2 yards.
Yeah, or maybe even get a couple runs and then dink over the top of the defense.
At the 45-yard line, 3 wide receivers, 2 far side, 1 near side. 2 in the backfield. It's going to be Shockman, gets a handoff to the near side. 5-10, he's going to get a first down across the 45 to the 41-yard line. One of the Northwoods players a little slow to get up as the plane comes in from on high.
It's about a 15-yard gain there for Carson Shockman.
Clock continues to roll now that they got the chain set. Ball at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap once again. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Again, Clifford and Shockman in the backfield. Clifford's going to get it going off the left side. Works his way back up to that linebacker level. He'll pick up about 3 yards on the play, maybe 4, up to about the 36-yard line. And that's kind of what we were talking about. If you're a Braham Bombers fan, that's exactly what you're looking to be able to have.
Yeah, if you get 4 yards at a clip, you're looking pretty good. Your main objective is running some time off this clock.
Clock continues to roll well under 4 minutes to play now. 3:45 and counting, 22-16. Braham leads it by a single score. Not without its drama tonight, as Northwoods had a 4th down and goal from the 18, and they threw it 1 yard short a couple of possessions ago. They've had an opportunity, but Bombers looking to be able to run this one out. Shockman's going to get another first down. Blasts his way past a couple of would-be tacklers, gets across the 25 to the 21-yard line. 3:22 to play. Ball is set, and they wind the clock. And now you're getting close to, if you're Northwoods, if you start using that one timeout. You only have the one, but you got to get the stop.
Yes.
First. And maybe,
absolutely.
And maybe with only one timeout, you wait until you get the stop on 3rd down to be able to force 4th down before you actually try to stop it. Because if you stop it on 1st down, it doesn't matter. Shotgun set now for Lee. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Snap comes low. Lee is able to get it from his kneecaps and get it up for Clifford. Clifford, some tough running. What a play by Lee.
Yeah.
To be able to get that one, a low snap, snared it, and moved it quickly up to be able to get a good handoff for Clifford. Picks up 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 for the Bombers. Coach Grote sending the plays in with his senior quarterback.
About 2:15 left to go.
Waiting for the play clock essentially to run off, and you don't really have the play clock, which is what you don't really necessarily know. You kind of are counting it off yourself. Down to 2 minutes to play. And now Braham's going to take themselves a timeout. They wanted to wear off as much as they possibly could on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 5 with 1:59 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And you stop the clock, but you're going to run a play and put, something was going to happen there anyway. So it's yes, you do stop the clock, but you wear off as much time as possible before you actually call that timeout. So you don't want to necessarily ever call the timeout when you're trying to kill the clock, but that's not a bad timeout to be able to take for Braham.
The Braham's timeouts aren't as valuable as Northwoods' timeout.
And at the same time, maybe you just take whatever snap you have, but it seemed like they didn't have a good play to be able to run on that one. Maybe you just take that play and just take a knee just to keep the clock going for another 40 seconds.
Well, you could run 2 plays and leave Northwoods with 35 seconds left. And
there's not much time left on the clock. It is 1:59. This is true, but second down and 5, Braham is still going to have 2 more plays to be able to go. And now we're getting into that area, though. We talked before that if first down doesn't finish it, now we're up against it now.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, first down essentially ends it.
There is still the one timeout with Northwoods, but you assume that they're probably going to take it maybe after this play. Wouldn't be a bad time for Northwoods. I was saying before you take it after third down, but maybe you take it after second down if you're able to get the stop, because then third down, it's going to be what it's going to be. That'll be for the ball game. Shotgun snap set for Lee. Takes it. He's going to keep it himself over to the near side. Cuts it upfield. That's a face mask.
And
now the flag does come out. It was a nice play stepping up on the play by Neve Goodsky Spears. But when he reached up to try to be able to grab the jersey, he got all face mask and hauled him right to the ground with that. The officials are going to discuss it. It's going to be a face mask on the defense. That will be the call.
Face mask penalty will go against the Grizzlies.
See what they do. They move it
at a 5 yard.
5. That was a little more aggressive than that, but nonetheless, they call it a 5-yarder.
So they're just negating the play. Wouldn't it be 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage or from the spot of the foul?
I think it would be from the spot of the foul. Says he was in the backfield when he got hauled down. Nonetheless, it's going to be now second down and about 3. Minute 54. Not much came off the clock with the penalty. Handoff's going to go far side now. Clifford trying to work his way up front. Trying to work forward, and he's got himself a first down to the 10-yard line. And I don't know if that necessarily will be it, but that may be it. See if Northwoods decides to use their timeout or if they force the play. Minute 35. Clock continues to wind. Works its way down. See if they, in essence, you can almost just run this all the way down, take the penalty, because you care less about the score and more about the time at this point.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and take the penalty, or you take the timeout since you have the timeout to be able to burn, as Braham does right there. So minute 18 up on the clock, and they got the first down. I don't know that even with the timeout is going to do much at this point in time. You can stop the clock.
That's 2 plays right there.
Yeah. But on a 1st and 10, you have 4 to work with.
Yeah.
So this game is, it's time-wise not over, but
not to mention game time of plays as well. If you're taking 3-4 seconds of.
See what they decide to do here. You see Hayden Lee's taking snaps, getting set to be able to take a knee. Braham always runs from the shotgun, but you can just take that knee. Again, Braham doesn't need to score here. They do not need to run a play, and if you don't have to have an unnecessary handoff that anything could happen, just take that snap and go to your knee. Crazier. We have seen crazier things in our years. I've been doing games since about 2002. Adam's joined me for about 10 years of that.
Oh, even longer than that.
We've seen some stuff. what I've seen in my days.
Not so much in football, though.
No, not quite as much. There's been some craziness in football, but basketball has mostly been where a lot of stuff has happened. But we'll see what Brand does. They go bunch formation, victory formation. Clifford's going to be way back behind everybody. Quick snap and kneel down. They wind the clock. And Northwoods will take their timeout, which we kind of assumed was going to happen. Gotta have 1:14 up on the clock. Letting both coaches know, making sure everybody's on the same page with everything. And now Northwoods is out of timeouts. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So I think that it's pretty close. You may have to run one play, but at this point in time, maybe you just go ahead and you kneel it down the 2 times. You even just kneel it down on 4th down.
Sure.
If you have to. Because if it leaves Northwoods with one play, you make that play.
Even if there's 5 seconds left, has anybody ever just snapped it to a quarterback and just had him run backwards?
Well, and this is something I have seen it with punters. I've seen it in the NFL where they do, to be able to wear off that time, they just take the snap and then they just run that direction.
Yeah.
If they get tackled before then, whatever, but they just run that direction until they think they run out of time. Well, I've even seen them where they run out of the back of the end zone because 2 points doesn't do anything.
That's true.
At this point in time. That's a long ways to run for a safety.
Well, I mean, with 5 seconds left, you could probably just kneel it down at the 20. Hayden's not slow.
No, you pick your fastest guy, which might be Hayden.
Yeah.
Takes a snap and the knee right away. That'll bring up 3rd and we'll call it 11 maybe, just with the kneel down. Let the clock run down and get a little bit closer. Braham appears to be headed for a 1-0 start.
Not without its drama, though.
No, it's been definitely very, very close. Lee will take a knee, and that was really close to 35 seconds. And 40 will do it. Let the clock wind off, and that will be it.
I think everybody in the stands I think that's enough.
Braham will win it 22-16 over the top of the Northwoods Grizzlies. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up here on the postgame from the Froyen Field press box when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Braham Bombers.
All your life, you've worked hard to take care of your family. You've put in years of hard work so your loved ones can have a better life. Don't stop there. Let Berry Law Offices help you put together a will or trust to make sure your family is taken care of if the unexpected were to happen. Everyone's situation is different. That's why Berry Law Offices works with you to put together an out-of-the-box solution for your family. For a free consultation, contact them today at berrylawoffices.com. Do what's right for you and your family with the help of Berry Law Offices today.
Monuments are everlasting commemoratives to show our appreciation for lives lived, moments given, and celebrations with loved ones. Braham Monument Company has helped countless families celebrate and commemorate lives and moments for over 110 years. So when you need them, they'll be there for you every step of the way with your monument selection. Check out their website at BrahamMonument.com and see for yourself the amazing selection they have.
And thank you very much. Welcome here on the pregame here on WCMP. Andy Beckstrom alongside socially distant from Adam Hefty here on the pregame out here at the Braham football field. Joined here in the pregame with Sean Kunke, head coach of the Braham football squad, as well as, I don't know, about 13 or 14 other titles within the school.
I think I've seen him walking around with a wrench fixing, doing the plumbing as well. So, no.
All right.
Sean, we appreciate you taking some time out of your day to be able to join us here on the pregame and be able to talk about the world we live in, I guess.
You bet, guys. Hey, it's great to be with you guys, and appreciate all you guys are doing. And let's chat, huh?
Yeah, we'll get a little bit into some of the football and some of the meat and potatoes here in just a bit, but I wanted to kind of get your take also, because you also work with the administrative portion of everything, and as teacher, right, and like all the different aspects from that standpoint.
Right.
How challenging of a whether it be spring or summer or just trying to get into the fall season, how has that been to just handle all that?
It's been crazy, Andy. It's been just a whirlwind of just not knowing what's going to happen from one minute to the next. That might be the most difficult part, because you can spend all your time planning for this and planning for that, and then ultimately all of that time that you spent in planning purposes, it can change in the next 30 seconds, and then you're starting all over from scratch again, and that goes from all of the school planning to all of the after school activities planning. It's been crazy, and it's definitely a year where everybody is having to be flexible.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get Pork Economy Bundle for just $1.49 per pound. Get 3 bags of Macintosh apples, 2 for $5. 5-pound bags of Best Choice Gold potatoes are 2 for $5. And in the deli, get 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 thighs, and 2 legs for just $6.99. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand alongside Adam Hefty, wrapping things up here out at the ballpark. 22-16 our final score, and we kind of had a tale of two quarters in the first half, where Braham dominated the first, Northwoods dominated the second. Third quarter, it looked like Braham was going to run away with it, and then it just went even after the first drive.
So even was then in Braham's benefit, because they had the 22-16 lead that they gained there on the touchdown run, and and they were able to hold on throughout the rest of the fourth quarter.
Absolutely a phenomenal game out here on the field tonight, and it very much improved a Northwoods squad over the course of what we had seen last year with the big win by the Braham Bombers, winning in last year's matchup 52-8. Definitely not a 52-8 type of team this year.
No, they have some athleticism and some size as well that gave Braham some troubles.
On the flip side, though, the Braham Bombers, that offense and defensive line. Oof. Mm-hmm. You got to account for a couple of those guys.
Yep.
Jonah Johnson, Mankey. You seen Alex Longren made some solid plays. Longren scored a 2-point conversion tonight.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on tonight that you got to make sure you account for if you're going to be playing these Braham Bombers.
Yeah, Mason Longren getting into the backfield on nearly every pass play. They so much so that Northwoods had to roll their quarterback out. Otherwise, he was just going to get hammered in the backfield.
Final score, 22-16. I'll let Adam wrap up some final stats that brought us to where we're at and how we kind of finished the game.
Northwoods ran the ball 32 times for 193 yards. They did lose 2 fumbles on 3 fumbles. Passed the ball 12 times, completed it 6 for 55 yards. No interceptions, and were penalized 5 times for 43 yards. The Braham Bombers ran the ball 36 times for 213 yards, 2 for 5 passing for 13 yards and an interception, and they were penalized 3 times for 25 yards. So altogether, that's 226 yards for the Bombers and 248 yards for the Grizzlies.
Our final score, 22-16, wrapping things up here at the ballpark with the loss. The Northwoods Grizzlies 0-1 to start the season. Their next matchup is going to be home against Deer River, who was a phenomenal squad last year.
Winning the section up in Esco.
Yep, a game that we were at last year for that one. Braham Bombers with the win move to 1-0, and their next matchup will be at Rush City, which will be carrying that game as well next week here on WCMP. Our next matchup is going to be Monday volleyball, Pine City versus Braham, 7 p.m. We hope you can join us for that game. I want to thank Adam for joining me out here at the ballpark. I want to thank Zach back at the studio helping us out throughout the course of the game. I want to thank all of our sponsors, especially Catholic United Financial that brought us our halftime show tonight. I want to thank everybody else that jumped on board helping us be able to bring those games to you. I want to thank the staff here at Braham helping us get set up here in the press box and be able to bring this game out to you. And, of course, you, a loyal listening audience, being able to stick with us throughout the course of all of these different games. Until Monday night, I should say. Tomorrow night, we're going to go ahead and take the night off. Until Monday night.
You're giving me the night off?
Yep, you get the night off tomorrow
Or
night.
you get the night off and I still have to.
You still have to work.
Well, there's a game somewhere.
There's something that we probably should be doing. We'll carry a game on Monday. How's that sound? So until volleyball on Monday, I'm Andy Beckstrom saying have a good evening, everybody.